Hi, everyone. Welcome. And everybody's starting to say hi.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Good to see you. Well, I can't see you, but hello.
So, yeah, Mary's kind of running blind because she can't see the chat, unfortunately. But I'm going to go ahead and remove that part. Okay. So, hello. Hi, Karen, Lucienne. And Lucienne is the one who's keeping the chart not the chart, the list.
Okay,
For
perfect.
who wants, hi, Mimi. Hi, Swati. So we'll wait a minute till everybody gets in.
Okay.
And while we are doing that, I'm just going to take a look up at the list and see who else I missed. Mars, Eileen, and Ronald is here in the house. PMG. Hi, guys.
Just this and see what happened here. I guess it's showing, but it's not showing on your end, is it?
Yeah, I'll put it up when we're ready.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not taking up space. Hi, Joy. And Marie. Hi. Hi, Renee. Yep, we're all popping on now.
Okay.
That's great. And I am here with beautiful Mary Street. And she, in a minute, will tell you all about herself. But she is from the Intuitive Development and Tarot Training Academy and School. And that is where you can find her. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this like that and get rid of the ticker. All right. So this is Mary. We go a little ways back.
Yes.
Time flies, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long time.
So, I was connected with Mary during a time in my life when I needed some focus and refocus of things, spiritual things, and learning tarot and those things. And Mary was our guide back in the day, getting us all trained and headed in the right directions on our paths, right, Mary?
Yeah, and it's been a blessing. I mean, I have really good fond memories, and that was, gosh, I started teaching in 2006. So it's been actually formally teaching, I should say, 2014 is actually when I started that meetup group. And it's still in existence now, although now it's turned more into a membership, but it's still, and it's a lot different and I think more advanced than when it was in the beginning. But I feel really blessed to be able to still teach. So
yeah, it was nice to have that group of people, like-minded people, to really gather and really start honing in and finding our little niches and pathways. So what a blessing for all of us that we found you and found each other at that time.
absolutely. And I think, yes, absolutely. It goes both ways, doesn't it?
I believe it. I agree. So, okay, now I'm missing some, I had missed. Okay, so Mary, can you tell us a little more? I know that we just kind of talked about the school but it's developed even more. And we have 31 people watching so far. So
awesome. Well, welcome everyone. Excited to be here. So a little bit about how I actually came to this path. I did not grow up with this. I had a near-death experience in 2005. And from that experience, what ended up happening was it awoke me up, my spiritual abilities back up. I'd always actually been psychic when I was younger and I've been mediumship abilities, although I was raised Catholic, so we didn't talk about this stuff. Although I always wanted to go to the psychic. Who knew, right? So then what ended up happening was I was self-trained. I did not have a teacher, and I understand why. It used to really frustrate me why no one would help me, no one would show up. And so basically what ended up happening was I self-developed. And I think that was done for a very purposeful reason, so that I would get on my own path and not absorb other people's trainings or teachings. And that for now, I'm very grateful. And you might experience that in your own life path. You won't understand why spirit's doing a certain thing, and then you get angry or frustrated. And but like as Debbie has said, it's taken on a whole new life and a meaning. And I started working with, when Debbie was in the group, I actually started working with numbers. And so I actually did presentations with the numbers. And what ended up happening, Debbie doesn't know this, but I ended up becoming a synesthesia, which means I taste numbers. So the more I work with them, it just kind of opened up this extrasensory part of me. And now even when I talk about numbers, so if I say the number 0, I get a sense that it's fluorescent, and I taste fluorescence. So that's how I know. 7 is a lemon. So it's sparkly, it's lemony. 8 is kind of like, it's got your back, but it's kind of a harsh kind of a number. So all of them kind of take on their own little personalities, and it's kind of interesting. It's not like numerology at all. But I was telling Debbie that I got in my head about kind of the numbers and what they meant and all this stuff. And then when you're in working an intuitive side, that's the thing that will slay you. So intuition is not logical. And so what I believe happened was my guides, angels, stepped in and say, "Hey, chick, we're not doing that anymore. You're going to be working with numbers, with colors." And so they took me basically out of the logical side more and put me in with color. And so now what ends up happening with the color is that I use it in a sense of drawing auras. I am not an artist. I will be very honest with you. And that kind of stopped me in the beginning, like, oh my gosh, I can't draw anybody's picture. But the angels are like, it doesn't matter if you can't draw. We don't want you to get, again, on the logical side of this. We want you to use the colors to help people heal.
Oh, Mary, I have to interrupt you for a second because Tasty Melon, she said, "I don't know why, but I smelled mandarins when you."
You know why? Because orange is my favorite color.
Wow.
Orange is my exact favorite color. My favorite color in the whole world. And it's honestly the most hated color in the world. Did you know that?
Wow.
And blue is the most liked color in the world.
Interesting.
So this is why people wear power blue, but orange, no one likes, I guess, around Halloween. But I love orange. That's kind of my favorite color. I don't look good in it, but it is my favorite color. So that's really, really funny. But yeah, so that's kind of how all of this kind of aura information started coming through. And so I just started working with it, and the process has started working itself out. And so that's kind of what I want to share with everybody today. And so I'm just going to share that, and I will do a little bit of readings for you, and I'm just going to let spirit take me where it needs to go.
Yeah. Like we usually do, right, gang? Just kind of, where is it going? So everybody, yeah, a lot of wows, very interesting. People are saying, Marie said, "I was raised Catholic also."
Yeah, well,
I was telling you, as Marka. Hi, Lori Sue, welcome. So Karen Elizabeth, who I do most of my lives with, we have been doing our thing on here since the beginning. She says, "Hi, Mary, much love to you."
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Appreciate that. And same to you.
And let's see. Yeah. So just a lot of highs. And when you were telling your story, it's like, wow. Ronald says, "I love blue, my favorite color." Okay. Yeah.
And is his name Ronald?
Ronald. Yeah.
That's funny because my brother's in spirit is Ronald, and I asked for a sign today. So you showed up. So is he a regular? Or is he just someone that's just kind of popped in?
No, he's regular. Part of our tribe here. Yeah.
Well, that is my brother's name when he was here and in spirit form as well. So that's kind of a nice little high.
Yay.
Okay.
That is awesome. See, Ronald? Awesome. You're awesome. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people are talking about the colors that they're attracted to. Oh, okay. So Marie says that she was told she had a yellow aura, and we were just talking about yellow.
And we're going to
yellow is my favorite color too.
Oh, really? Oh, that's horrible. That's so funny.
Isn't that an odd color to be your favorite too? I know.
Well, colors choose us, like many things, like gemstones. Numbers choose us as well, our numerology, right? The source healing codes are a lot different than numerology. I have my own kind of numeric system that goes with that. But I really do believe that our names are chosen for us. The numerology that goes with that path goes with that. And I really feel like that is, it's all very intricate and very interesting. And yeah.
So here's a good one to talk about here. Lori Sue's bringing up that auras can change, though.
Absolutely, but your life main color does usually not. I've not really even seen a main life color change. I think, and this is kind of interesting, and Sylvia Brown mentioned this one time, and I thought I was kind of crazy about it, but there is something called counsel that if you want to change any part of your life path, you have to have it approved. And that means, though, the domino effect. So your soul path, your those who you came in with in your soul pod, your soulmates, all that would change the trajectory of, in fact, your entire soul lineage, right? Because the soul doesn't break. It's a one linear line that just has many particles or parts to it. And so through your color, through your life color, that generally doesn't change. Although our color during the day or even in the moment can shift and change. It's not a stabilized energy. And literally when you see people who are going through trauma, it's very interesting, or when they're very blocked. So when I see someone's energy that's blocked in their energy centers, I actually see soul columns, but when I see that it's a very dark glob, and so I'm kind of really just drawn there. And then out of curiosity, I kind of find a feeling of what's in there. But I'm usually kind of just really drawn to kind of what's going on in someone's energy. But you're absolutely right. Colors do shift and change. But again, it's that main life color that generally, I generally don't see it. So for instance, if you're a green, you're about money. You don't really care about other things. You're really focused on that money, and yellows as a whole are very lively, free-spirited, generous, good-hearted, and good-natured people. And they are very, very sensitive souls. So it's kind of interesting. And they need to be nurtured. So it's kind of interesting how all this kind of plays out.
So I found this another question. There's actually a lot of it's spurring a lot of questions. What we're talking about, which is a great thing. But this one says, so if you're drawn to a number but it doesn't fit your numerology, like if your life path 9 or whatever, and it doesn't go with that, what is that? Is that something to pay attention to?
Well, there's two theories of numerology. So one theory is Pythagorean, and I'm probably going to slay that. It's probably not. I mispronunciate words a lot because I can't hear very well. So when I can't hear, other things are heightened. And there's also Chaldean. So it depends on what I would say to go to Numerin. Numerin, I believe it is. It's an app, and you can actually check your numerology there. So I would check both numbers, and I'd also say that sometimes adding them up makes a difference. You're going to laugh at my numbers. So I was born on August the 8th, and I was adopted. So I have two names. The first name is a 22, which is a builder, and this name that I currently have is a builder number. So those are all power numbers. 8s are drawn really to money, business, and larger kind of things, but they're very athletic, and that's really an interesting kind of a number. But 22 actually has a secret number to it. So there's a lot of secrets behind these numbers that a lot of people don't know. I would say that go back and look at your numbers, or see why you feel like the number why you're not drawn to the number. There's also other numbers in numerology. So I would not say focus too much on that one main number. There's other numbers that are around numerology that would maybe lend some clues as to why. So numerology to me is one part of it. So I would say don't get too stuck on one thing. There's lots of facets out there with numbers, colors, other things, and that does not in totality make the man, if that makes sense to you.
And also, if there's a number that's popping at you and you're being attracted to it, there's check out the meaning of the number, because Spirit is absolutely calling you to something to be aware of, right?
Absolutely.
I would assume. Yeah. The 11s. Everybody's talking about the 11s. And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. All these are awesome questions, and we could be on here all day just answering questions, or we can dive into some readings and get questions answered while we're getting readings as well.
Sounds good.
And, I feel like before we start, there's a message that was coming in before we got on today that I want to just throw out there, so you all can take it in if it resonates with you. If not, you can and let it go. But it came in strong about trusting your emotions, all of them, and because know that you're not off your path. You are on your correct path. You are not off your path. You're on your path. Trust all your emotions, and know that they will lead you to what you're seeking. So I feel like some of us are questioning some of our emotions and some of our responses. And is this, you might step onto your path this way and you start feeling anxious, and you relate that to fear. And then you say, oh, fear is the wrong way to go, when actually it's the right way to go. Because you're stepping into something brand new, and that creates different emotions. So Spirit was just saying, trust your emotions. You are on the right path. Okay. Blessings to you all with that. Now I feel like we can get started on questions. Do you feel like we're in a good spot for that, Mary?
Yeah, and actually I just want to add something to what you were saying, if that's okay with you.
Yes, please.
So after I nearly died, and I mean, it was actually, when you almost die, it's actually kind of peaceful. You just kind of close your eyes and go, to be honest with you. I lost the fear of any type of leaving here. The sad part was like leaving everybody and leaving, but it wasn't the part of passing. So I want to leave you with that. But it was interesting when I woke up and I finally felt better. So I had a chronic illness for about a year, and actually it was really bad, and they didn't really realize how terrible it was. But when I started coming out of it and feeling better, it was kind of interesting that I became a spiritual florist. So I actually was in horticulture before. I was actually a commercial florist, and I decided to go back to school. And the reason why I went back to school was not for flowers, but to meet this teacher who became my sensei. So in his teaching, he actually had the spiritual side to him. And he started talking about, I don't know if you guys remember Dr. Emoto, Messages in the Water. But it was around that time where Dr. Emoto was really popular. And that's what ended up happening to me. I started working with flowers, and I started getting all these messages. So when Debbie's talking about not being on your path or not thinking about his path, honestly, this work is the furthest thing that I had in mind. But I think because I was working with flowers, it was a way to kind of get me interested in the work. And it was so interesting that I worked with a lot of psychics from Hay House. So Hay House was my client. I had a lot of Hollywood clients because it was a brand new idea. Probably not a good business idea, but it was a brand new idea. People just loved it because it was unique, right? Mm-hmm. Building all these gardens and all these unique boxes. And what was happening was I was getting all these messages from the flowers, and I would get all these messages from my guides. I didn't know anything, right? So they were like, put this in here, and then put these flowers in here, and use this color. And it was, and it was so incredible. But it was so funny. I don't know if you know Colette Baron Reed. So she's with Hay House. She's a famous psychic. So she's like, I actually just made her garden because I loved her. I was new at this, and I was really intrigued with it. And I was like, you know what? I just love this girl. And I didn't realize that Hay House was like right up the street from me. Okay. So I thought, I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to make her a garden. I'm going to bring that to her. Right. Like, because I just left it for her. Right. So I get this call and I recognized her voice and I was like, she's calling me. Like I was like literally going, she's calling me. She goes, how did you know to put dragonflies in that garden? I said, I don't know. Like I don't, she goes, that's my dad's sign that he's communicating with me. She goes, how did you know that? I'm like, I don't know. Like I didn't know how I was getting that information. So that's what I'm saying. When Debbie tells you to trust the process, they may use a roundabout way to get your attention, like something that you normally do. Because if they start doing something new that's so abstract that you're not used to, you're going to probably go, no, I don't want to do that. So they sometimes will find this interesting way to get your attention. And I don't even know if Debbie even knew that I worked with flowers before, but I had no intention of doing any of this work. But that's the way they got my attention. The other way they got my attention.
And I feel like, whenever you do something like artistic or that takes you into that space, it really is an opportunity for you to really hear spirit and all that workings, because you're getting out of the noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're directing it into that. So that's awesome. I love that. And the card that came in with all that, surrender your comparisons with other people as well. I love this picture of her. And it says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So I love that for all of us. You all bring your own giftings to the table. So yay. All right. So now we are moving on to the question. And our first question comes in with Karen, and she's going through a major life change right now. So she would like a general reading on that. Also within that, she's possibly moving to Florida or Massachusetts. So whatever comes. So I'm going to, and just go ahead, Karen. I'm not Karen. Mary, whenever you feel like popping in, I usually take a moment and kind of try to
no worries,
tap in. And
so do you want me just to go with what I'm getting?
Yep, that's what I usually do.
Karen, there's a couple subconscious files that are open for you. The first one being finances. All right. So I feel like a lot of this is tied financially to you. I get it around it. So I don't know. Let me take a look at this. When I say the number 2, it's like they're drawing me to like a timeline. So 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. This could be that you might be subconsciously thinking of this, or you have been thinking about this I'm feeling like a couple of months where it's getting stronger. So it's kind of like, that's the time where you kind of are starting to make some sort of a decision. I'm going to also look in a subconscious file. So the subconscious files are behind the head, and the conscious files are in the front of the head. Conscious files are more difficult to read because they're moving. So it's like a moving train, and you kind of have to just jump into the conscious side of it. But subconsciously is where we park all the files. So if I were to go into the file, I'm just going to actually look to see. So I get some worry coming up on the file. I want to actually, and I see you kind of look, and I'm just going to actually, I'm actually tapped into your energy. So I don't know if you felt me tap into your energy, but I actually look, I see you looking at something with a number. So, and then I see you kind of like really frustrated. And this feels like, again, this happened like a week ago. So there's some kind of, it's all in context, and it's kind of all coming. And now I get a forward moving motion, like I'm going to just do something. And I'm going to tell you, this is not your general makeup. So for you, I feel like you tread lightly. Like it's like, I want to have some assurance about doing this. I'm feeling for you, to be honest, when I felt Florida, Massachusetts, I was more drawn to Massachusetts for you. So that's what, I don't know if that's something that you were feeling. That's where I kind of want to move more, but that's just the drawing. That's just where I'm really, really drawn to. So Debbie, I'm going to actually just take a look at life number if you want to go.
Yep. And I put her picture up on so you can see what she looks like.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. And so, Karen, what I was seeing when I first was stepping into that energy, I was seeing actually pave little pavers that you would, step on, and they were lit up. And once you just stepped forward, they would light your path once you take that step. And then the rest of the path would light up. So when you went one direction, they would light up. If you stepped in this direction, so one is Massachusetts, one is Florida, and then, but those are the two you asked for. So I'm seeing one that, and you try to step onto that paver and it is dark. So I feel like it'll be evident to you, okay, when you take that step. I have the Eight of Swords coming in with the Ace of Wands in reverse coming in. I feel like you're feeling a little bit, obviously, and this is telling me that you're feeling unsure of your steps forward and what it looks like. And then you have the Eight of Wands also coming in and in reverse. It's almost like part of you is feeling this is so overwhelming and so big. You just kind of want to find a real familiar place to just rest for a moment so you can think clearly about both these decisions, and not only these decisions, but what you were talking about in kind of encompassing in what's happening in your life right now. It's like you need some rest. You need a safe place just to rest for a moment to hear. Go ahead, Karen. I'm not Karen. I keep calling you because I see Karen.
Karen.
Mary.
So, Karen, this is actually affecting your solar plexus. So your solar plexus is about the seat. It's about confidence, but I actually feel like you need to take this step because this is going to actually help you understand your own personal power. I feel for like a long time, I feel like this is connected to the father. When I go back to behavioral patterning, this is connected to the father around 8 years, from the ages of 8 to 10. So if you remember, 8 to 10 years old, and something that you might have, I feel like it's something you heard maybe over and over again, a mental construct from the father about, I feel there's some safety issues, and I feel like there's kind of safety issues around men, trust issues with men. So I feel like if you take this step moving forward with the move, I feel that you are going to gain confidence. I feel like this is the purpose of you going. I think you think it's for one thing, to be very honest. It's not what you think. Also, your life color is blue. So blue is a very interesting color in that, again, it's one of the most favorite colors of the world. We see it quite a bit, but it's a very grounding color. So when we see blue, sometimes it has an energy of purple in the color. It has the energy of red in the color. Red is a very vibrant color, but too much red makes people really anxious. Like if you look at red a long time, you're just gonna, or you think of chili. Like nature always tells us what the energy of the color really truly is, right? It's like a chili. But it also has the energy of kind of a purple, which is a little bit more of a grounding and a more of, I want to say almost a domesticated energy to the purple. That's just what I'm personally picking up from it, okay? The blues actually are nurturing and supportive, and but they live from their sleeve. So the heart's from the sleeve. Most of you here are actually empaths, but I really do feel like for you, this is going to be a proving ground. And they're saying, do not go back. So there's a tendency to want to go, and you get there and you go, this is actually kind of nice. And then you go, I don't think I like it here. And I want to pick up my stuff and I want to go back. And they're really telling you to stay focused on, you're not going to again know why you're going. There's a larger purpose for why you are going there. So stay focused. There is men attached to this whole thing, but I think the men attachment has to do with behavioral patterns that you've had with, again, I feel like it's a father or a male caretaker. Okay. All right. Hopefully that makes sense to you.
oops. Right when I was putting it's funny. She just dyed the top of her hair blue. Oh, so funny. Anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Does she want to have that fear taken out of going?
Karen, did you hear that?
Is she still on?
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's still on. And there's such a delay, so.
Okay.
Karen, she's asking if you would like that fear taken out of. We have 63 people on now. That's pretty good for the time that we're on.
Yeah, awesome.
Beautiful. So I would assume that yes.
Okay.
I feel like her world is so upside down, and with the cards that came out for her, I'm absolutely seeing that that would be helpful to her.
Let me ask her higher self, because she's not here to answer. And it's giving me a green light. So I literally see green light. So I'm just going to actually just go ahead. Do you want to switch the overhead on, and then I will actually show them a little bit? Okay. Hopefully. Okay. So hopefully everyone can see this. This is Karen. Normally I work with a picture. I don't have a picture today.
Thanks, Karen.
Instead of an aura machine, I'm the machine. So basically, you guys, how you go to a psychic fair and they have the aura machine? Well, people generally give me images of them, like a photo from the chest up. And then basically what I do is I use their image and pull out past lives, present lives, and future information for them. But in this circumstance, what I'm going to do is actually, because the subconscious files, I'm just going to use my little stick here. Subconscious files are parked back here for her. Again, this is around, I really do feel like this move will be absolutely awesome for you. I don't know if you're going to actually think that that's going to actually be awesome for you in some parts of it, but again, stay focused and stay with it, because I think there's going to be some good things that actually come out of it. But where I'm actually feeling the energy that's coming up for you is right in, actually is right in this area here. All right. So that's a little bit in the sacral area. And again, I believe that
you're going to love this, Mary, because your phone is frozen.
Okay. Should I continue?
Yeah, just continue. Yeah.
Hopefully it will.
And Karen says, tell me anything.
Okay. Tell you anything.
Everything and everything.
All right. So again, this is right here. I think I mentioned finances. I can't remember what I said, but I think I said finances at the beginning. That is actually a little bit lodged in there. So what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to use color. Now, I use watercolor, but the watercolor represents the angels. So I work with the archangels, and this is again how they got me out of the logical side into the creative side. This is what angels look like to me. So hopefully you can see that.
Oh, now it totally disappeared. But you can hold the picture up after. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is how it looks to the angels look to me. So they're like streams of light, and you might see streams of light or flashes of light. Did it disappear?
It did.
Okay, well, maybe I'm going to just actually just show you then here. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just tune in with the archangels to see what color you actually need. And Debbie, let me just unplug this really quick so this doesn't dead.
Yeah.
Too bad the angels didn't want us to do it that way today. So
we're still in Mercury retrograde. So
absolutely, and that's just the way. That's the way that the cookie crumbles sometimes, right? Okay, okay. So I'm going to actually see if I can actually draw it up here. So I'm going to just be guided. Okay, here we go. I'm getting the taste of dirt in my mouth for you, and that means you need to be grounded to make this decision. Right now, your energy is really frenetic, and so that's not going to help you ground your energy out. Okay, you need to be grounded. Grounding is super important for you, and I don't know if you do it enough. So guides are saying the first color they're going to give you is this brown. I do not I logically tried to figure out when all the angels were attached to this color. And I'm just going to show you what I use, and hopefully they don't pop out like they did yesterday. So it's just a watercolor palette. Each one of them is the energy of the archangel. I never know where they're going to send me or what color until I'm in someone's energy. But I'm going to actually use this brown, and I'm going to actually mix it with a burnt sienna. So the brown will come in. Take a breath, and I just want you to notice, Karen, when I apply this, what happens to your energy. So all I want you to do is just notice your energy now, what that feels like. Again, it feels a little frenetic to me. And what I mean like that is like it's kind of circling around, especially on your head chakra. And hopefully everyone knows what a chakra is. It's the energy center. So I'm just going to apply this brown. Take a breath. Pull that brown in to your energy. It's releasing now. There's a knowing. Your soul already knows that this is actually the direction you should be going in. Your mind is fighting it. So I'm going to actually put now some burnt sienna. Take a deep breath. Pull that color in. So literally, this is what it's starting to look like now. So I'm going to add this more color to it as they asked me to. Now here comes the healing color of Archangel Green, Raphael. I do know some of them. I'm going to actually use a neon green. Take a deep breath as you pull this neon green in. Now the color is actually swirling. It's actually starting to move up. I'm starting to feel something happen in your head. Can you confirm that? So I'm actually starting to feel something swirling up on the top of your head.
I'll let you know when it comes in.
And I need to use some blue. So let me just see. And it is more of this neon kind of a blue. So the neon colors are actually more attracted to her. So she kind of needs these neon colors. There's a neon color as it goes on top of her.
Yeah.
Watercolors are a little bit faint. I just need her to take a breath right here because I'm going to actually add some red to balance that out. I don't want her getting too complacent. See, blue will make you very complacent in your energy, but red will fire you up a little bit. So she needs to have the motivation to go. She procrastinates because of fear. So this is going to actually help you. But I'm going to actually use what is called a carmine in this palette. So it's a little bit more intriguing, and it's going to actually turn into kind of a nice kind of pinky bluish color. So this is actually going to push the energy forward. Now they want me to go to yellow, and then we're going to wrap it up. So I'm going to actually move over to lemon yellow. And of course, I'm getting the number 7 because that's the number yellow for me. I'm going to actually wash this through her entire body. Take a deep breath for me and pull that yellow right into your entire energy field for me. This is going to actually settle you down a little bit. And this color is going to give you a new direction. You're going to have the ability to make to have a new direction with this color. Last but not least, they're asking you actually to use the color purple. You do have an affinity for the color purple. This actually goes back to a past life. And I actually feel like you were in a field of lavender. So I don't know if you're drawn to France or places, or lavender itself, or lavender essential oils. That would actually be a good oil for you to use.
She is.
Okay. All right. So I see you walking in a field of lavender, and you are a lavender picker. That's actually what you do. You have a young child next to you in your past life, and you do not have a man with you. So for some reason, I feel like you were widowed. And this is around the wartime. So this lavender picking is actually how you supported your family. So some people pick potatoes, but but I see you in the field of lavender, and this is just your image right now. I just see you I feel like the lavender brings you so much comfort and grounding, knowing that, yes, you can support your family, but there's something about this attachment to this color purple and lavender that literally feels your soul calling. And when I see your soul calling, it's bubbling, it's pink, it's vibrant, it's white. It's nothing like the life colors. It's truly who you are in the energy of your soul vibrancy. So again, trust the messages you're getting, and you'll be able to move forward. So hopefully this helped. Okay.
Wow, that's incredible, Mary. Thank you for that. Blessings to you, Karen. And I just want to say that she offers, this is just a mini reading. So she offers the whole big aura reading. And she's offering it to us, you guys, today at 10% off. And I'll be posting that information if you guys want. where to reach her and that kind of thing too. And Karen says, yes, 100% accurate.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So blessings to you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Wendy, for that super chat, super sticker. Blessings to you. And all right, so now we can move on to the next one.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is amazing. That's so much information that they're pouring in through the auras and the colors.
Yeah, there's a lot of information there. And, I think people think that these outer realms are like so far away, but literally, if you just reached out and touched them, they're just right here. We just don't, we've not taught to tap into it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And just kind of opening that door is just amazing. I feel like a lot of us will be able to just move right on into that in this. And Karen is saying that, yes, that fear that you tapped into needs to be gone. And that's a big, big deal. So, all right. So I ring the bell to kind of clear the energy and move on to the next. And we have Ronald, and he would like just an aura reading. So that's awesome.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to actually tap into your energy just really quickly. And again, you might feel me just do this. Okay. So first of all, I'm getting a big block in the solar plexus again. Let me just double check, Ronald, what's going on. You need to make some sort of a move. And I feel like there's a 4 around this. So let me just take a look. 4 years. I feel like it's been a lengthy period of time where this kind of move needs to come forward for you. But I feel like it's just kind of stuck again. I feel like now it's kind of between the sacral, which is below the belly button, but I also feel like it's in the solar plexus too. So they're both combined. First thing I'm getting with you actually when I'm looking at the subconscious file are finances. So, and then this is actually piggyback to a career choice. Or career choices. I feel vacillation in your energy when I'm in there. So it's like this and this and this and this. And I feel like I get angry when I'm made to do things. So I don't want to do something. And then I'm going to show you I'm not going to do it. So then that pulls you out of the creative side because they keep talking about creative.
Yeah,
and
he's very creative. I think he's retired and looking at
different things. Okay.
Different things,
so,
yeah.
Anyway, again, there's that number 4 around that. And I almost feel in your energy, it's kind of come to a standstill. So let's see what's going on with the aura. Mother energy. So I want to talk about mother energy around this standstill. And I feel like that's what part of this energy is attached to. So when I hear your soul saying, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in myself. But I feel like this could be, I hear the word then judgment. And I feel like I'm expected to do something or be something that I don't actually want to be. So, now I'm going to actually just work on your energy and the colors. I'm just going to go to the throat chakra. So there's something there lodged into the throat chakra. So this is actually lodged into the solar plexus where I feel like this is it's a conflict. This is a conflict of interest coming up. I want to do something, but I feel like I have to do something to prove something or to be something. It's acceptance into this energy. I feel a lot of dominant women around you. So either dominant women in your energy or dominance. There's just a dominant energy and it feels like it's just kind of attached to your mother, but I feel like it's kind of like through the lineage of women in your family. Let's just take a look here. I want to open up your throat chakra though, if that's okay with you. Can I get your permission to do that, to work on your throat chakra? So you finally have the freedom that you want to express yourself. Part of this is the creative expression that you need to come to do.
So Ronald, if you can give us a thumbs up or thumbs down on that.
Does he also want to read for people? I'm getting a sense of him doing some sort of reading work like this.
I think he would be very, I think he'd be very good. I think it'd be a good thing for him to do.
You know,
He'd be natural.
what we do. He's going to do something creative with it. So it's going to be hooked to something that's creative for him.
I keep getting the Queen of Wands, very creative energy around him, and a rebirth here with the Judgment card coming in.
But I feel like he's got to kind of let go of some mental constructs that of people.
Oh, he says yes. He says yes.
Is any of this making sense to you? Especially the mother energy, or
yeah, he says yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to actually just work on your throat. I just want you, before I work on it though, I want you just to notice how it feels to you internally. So how does your throat feel internally? Like if you were to have a couple of keywords before I start, I just want you to notice what you notice. And then we're going to do the energy on the throat and shift it. Okay. So I just want you to stay focused and just notice what happens when I add color. I'm going to actually use a power color with you because I actually feel like this is what you actually need right now. I'm going to actually use what's called azurite blue. This is a very strong blue color, and the archangels are asking you to trust them with this color. So as this color comes in, the next angel that steps up is the color purple. So I'm going to actually just take a look at what color. And I'm actually going to mix. Okay, so this is the color now. So it's a blue with a color purple. Take a deep breath right there, Ronald, for me. Just pull that number in. I'm going to actually use the number 8 to disintegrate whatever's in there. They're working on your energy right now. Let me know if you feel something moving, because my psychic surgeon is actually in there working on it right now. And that number fell apart. And so it kind of looks like the Tower card, Debbie. When numbers blow apart like that, that means it's the energy. So I just want to get his feedback if he's feeling any movement in there.
All right.
And when you work with me, basically you're on Zoom with me and you're watching me do this whole thing real time. So we're having conversations. It's not like
it's not the
we're having conversations. We're talking about past lives, how it affects your present life, and how it might affect your future life. So it's not just a static reading. And that's what I really like about it. The angels step in and they start working with your color. Does he understand any of that?
So some of his, he did respond to that he is very sensitive. So this would be an area that, he would get into, like reading tarot or doing that kind of thing. It's very delayed. So we have to wait for a minute.
He's actually not going to end up doing that, Debbie. He's going to do something more powerful than, I want to say, tarot reading.
But something in the metaphysical,
But he will end up doing something creative with it. It just hasn't come up for him because he's just not trusting the messages. They've been trying to get his attention for like the past 10 years. There's a 10 around it. So I feel like right now he's kind of moved into a space where there's the freedom to do it. But they're like,
so it was warm in the throat area. So that just came up. So that's how delayed this is.
Okay, no worries. I actually just started painting orange all over his energy. Okay. So this is going to actually just get him to start moving, because literally I see the angels going, come on. They're all standing there waiting for you, and they're ready to deliver an idea to you. But they don't want you to be fearful of it, because you're more powerful than what you think. We all are, obviously, right? When we're in our brightest soul potential, we have no fear. Fear is just given.
That's what he just said.
So, but Ronald, you're going to be fabulous. I'm telling you, if you just trust yourself, and you've got so much creative background, but it's like, it's not being kind of put to use and I think in a way that your soul will respond. Your soul will respond more when you feel like you're more in service, because this is really what your soul keeps calling. Now I get an influx of green coming in, and that means you're going to make money. You don't want to make money, then don't do it. But if you want to make some money, then, and that's not all the be all, but we do need to make some money to eat, right? I mean, so let's be real about that stuff, right? So let's just take this last color, green. Take a breath for me. I'm going to just center your energy really quickly. There it goes. Okay, so this is in the lower end of the chakra. This is the safety issue. Archangel Raphael, just heal that with that green energy that comes through. Archangel Metatron wants to step in now. He's going to give you an overlay color of white. You can't see it, but it's like a white metallic color. So I'm just going to actually influence that on the top of the crown of your head. So they want to step into your energy, and they probably will do so in dream state. He's a lot of a logical thinker too. So this is kind of an interesting combination. But here is the end. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but it's a little shimmery on the top of it, but that's Archangel Metatron, the finishing angel. Archangel Metatron always finishes what he sets out to do. So I'm going to suggest you work with the angels, especially Archangel Metatron, to ask him to finish this, complete this, so you can go and do what you came to do, right?
I mean, yes, I am so excited for you, Ronald. And I feel like, the outcome card here that came when she was doing her thing there is the Three of Cups. And that's really joining in with like-minded people, like joining in to where you need to be. Look at that. And so, Ronald, we know that you are very creative. I mean, you just did your incomplete own kitchen with the cabinets. He did the whole cabinets himself.
Oh,
yeah. So we know that you already have that amazing creative side, and the side that she was talking about, not only creative, but you also you have that intelligence or the mind side too. So those two together.
And it's also his voice pattern. People trust him immediately. There's something about his voice that he's very, very soothing and trusting with him. So this is actually going to come in handy should he decide to move down that path.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Aww.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Me too, Ronald. Me too. All right. Blessings to you, Ronald.
Thank you. Blessings to you.
And next we have Lisa Smith, and so it's her birthday. So aura reading and birthday message from her guides. Birthday's tomorrow. Okay.
The message.
Lisa. And so this is Lisa, so you can see what beautiful face. So
do you want to give her the message first, and then I'll work on the rest?
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into that, Lisa. Okay, so the first thing that I'm being shown, Lisa, is you're just walking through a field, and again, this is metaphor, but you're walking through this field, and there's just wildflowers, and you're just armful of wildflowers, and you're pausing and taking that moment to recognize even the flowers that may be unseen that you want to kind of take with you and smell and take a moment with them. And so I really feel that you're coming into a time of recognizing the beauty even in the small moments, okay? Even in the times of stress or anxiety, that you're able to just pause for a moment and find things to be grateful for, find beauty in something, so that energy of chaos or whatever it is not taking you downriver, that you're able to not get caught up in the river that takes you down river with the chaos or anxiety or whatever. I feel like you're really coming into a time of recognizing when you need to take those pauses, when you need to stand in gratefulness instead of anxiety, that kind of thing. And speaking of gratefulness, we're grateful for you, Lisa.
Absolutely. And happy birthday.
Yeah. Yep. So I see that it has, it's funny because we have the Tower and the Six of Wands right next to each other coming in. So I feel like it has been in the past tough for you when this chaos is happening. And I kept hearing chaos, chaos, and that's Tower. That it's been a little bit tougher for you to step into a place of gratefulness, a great joy and peace when the chaos is happening and rising above it. I feel like that's been a challenge, but you are getting victory over that. And that's the Chariot coming in there. Okay. So you are becoming empowered. We have the King of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. And with that Chariot, you're becoming empowered to really step into that place of gratefulness. And with that King of Wands, and look at her, she's really tapping into spirit there as well. In this, mastering that with the King. So know your worth. Don't hold back. It's time to move forward in strength and power. Know your power.
Okay. Are you ready, Lisa? All right. I did a little workup on you. All right. So the first subconscious file that's opened up for you, when I say subconscious files, there's 4 of them: career, finance, health, relationships. So they showed me, especially for the mini readings, an order of files. So they're going to give me the first 2 files. These are usually the main concerns that you're working through currently right now. So the first file that's open and opened wide is finances. The second one, which is open very slight, which follows it, is relationships. So that's kind of way at the bottom. I mean, it's there, but it's very light. But the financial file is pretty open. Now, so whatever has kind of gone on has actually been around you for, it feels like there's a 2 around it. So when I look at that, I look in time frame again, it's going to be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It's hitting me in years. It also could be like the second time that's been coming around. So it could also be a combination of it. So 2 years, and then this is the second time that this kind of energy, it feels like I'm living it again. I feel like I can literally taste it. So this is a mental construct that comes from the Father, and what I'm feeling is I'm actually feeling it in my soul, in my solar plexus. So because I'm literally feeling you when I'm reading you, because I can step into anything and become anything. What I'm actually getting that patterning from is if you heard fear of not enough, or there won't be enough, or always, and then I heard the words left behind. So those are lodged deeply into the solar plexus. But I feel like this also, it puts a constraint or a block on kind of moving forward, especially in the financial realm for you. Your life color is lavender. So a lavender color is a spiritual color. They're very sensitive souls. And a lot of times, and I got the image of you taking a bath. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys, I want to date myself, but do you remember Calgon, Take Me Away? Do you remember that bath thing? And I just saw you in a bath of water. You do better around water. And I think spiritually, it will help you, even if you can get your feet in salt. So I don't know, many people do not understand about salt, but I'm not talking about iodinized table salt, and I'm not talking about Epsom salt. Epsom salt is actually from Epsom, and it's not really a salt, but it does work. I'm talking about a high vibrational salt, like a Himalayan salt or a black Hawaiian salt or red lava salt. So something like that has actually a high vibrational energy to pull energy out. So if you can do an energy clearing, I think this will help you stay into the physical muggle world. Your tendency is not to want to be here. It wants to go away. It wants to leave. It wants to leave like the everyday life and kind of be in a sense of by myself, or split off kind of from people. That's where you feel most comfortable. But of course, we can't live our life in a bathtub. Well, maybe you could, but you probably turn into a prune. So that's probably not a good idea, right? that's kind of where, that's kind of your safety, and that's kind of what I feel. But I keep hearing a father's voice, or a male, I shouldn't say father like, or caretaker's voice. And again, what I'm picking up, and I'm seeing you look at the age of 4 to this person. And what I'm feeling, because actually you're an empath and you pick up a lot of energy, you know things automatically, but you sense things. So when I'm looking at this person, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling is, and I don't know if your caretaker left you, because I keep feeling like I'm left behind. I'm left behind, but it's also like I'm never enough. So I feel like I'm just kind of always running after things, or trailing after things. And this may or may not make sense. I'm going to actually just go to your aura reading. Do I have your permission to work on that a little bit? And let me know if this at all makes sense to you, because then I'll have to look at another area. But can you confirm any of that, please?
I have, Lisa is sensitive and very smart and tough as well. No shrinking violet there. Someone else said that about her, but I'm waiting to see what comes. So again, it's paused, but she did request this reading. Okay, here we go. We have, yes, you do. I was a daddy's girl. He passed to 2012. My mother, yep. She's a caretaker of her mom ever since he passed. Yep.
Was there anything in the energy of not enough, not having enough, and then fear of being left behind? Does this make sense to her when she was little? That's the part that I need.
So Lisa, when you were little, she's wondering if that makes sense to you. Did, like, kind of left behind, never quite enough?
And remember, because people have their personality traits, oftentimes we will override with stronger energy that's an outward appearance that that is not really the truth of what the soul is expressing. Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. So are you feeling at all now, though? Is any of this stuff coming up for you at all now? I also feel like I need to release your throat chakra a little bit.
Oh, yeah, this is what I thought. It has to do with meeting all her mom's needs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I kind of tapped into, but I wanted to wait to hear from her.
Okay, all right. Okay. So, you know, because I get her feet going like I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I can't. That's the
Yes.
of what it
That
is.
makes sense.
But this is directly connected to the dad. So,
Okay.
you know, this is he's in the mix too. Okay, all right. Okay. And then I hear him say, "You're doing enough." I feel like she just keeps putting more pressure on herself to do this, and I feel it's self-demanding. So,
and I see him, you know, he has his hand on her back, you know, so he's right there with you, Lisa, and, you know, trying to give you support and all.
and I feel like he keeps whispering in your ear, "You're doing enough. You're doing enough." Like quit beating yourself up about this whole thing, right?
Yeah. And that's my symbol of when that hand is on the middle of your back. That's that symbol of support, full support of you.
Yeah, I need to just work on her throat. So can I have her permission to do that? I don't know why they.
Can you throw that out if she has permission to work on your throat?
And if so, I just need her to take a breath and just notice what she notices before I start. I already know the color I'm going to use. And this is again, and we're going to go to a interesting hyacinth violet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Because this is that construct. Okay, so I'm going to actually take a deep breath and just pull this color in. If you can just see the color, just pull this color into your energy centers, and particularly into your throat. Okay, I'm going to actually work on that throat center just a little bit more with dark blue.
She said, you have my permission to work from head to toe.
Okay, Archangel Michael is going to step in and release this thing of fear. There's something about fear if I don't do enough. I feel retribution, and honestly, I don't feel like that's coming from your mom, but I feel like I feel like this is connected to past life.
Yeah.
You know what it's connected to? It's connected to the Civil War, where you went away and this is actually taking care of family. This is what this is coming back to. Take a breath and just draw this color in to your throat, please. It's this blue. It's kind of a dark, heavy blue. And just notice what you notice as Archangel Michael starts to work on that. I'm going to now they're dumping color. So let me go quickly here. This is how it happens, Debbie. So I'm just going to try to keep up with them here. So now we're actually, I'm going to wash your whole energy centers. Take a breath right here for me. It's green. We're moving to neon green. So I like to use the neon green colors with you. This is a person that doesn't really want to be seen. I kind of want to be seen, but I also kind of want to hide. So, and I see you picking vegetables. So I see you examining things. So but I'm clearly getting vegetables around you. So this is kind of the examination. Let me see if that's a symbolic reference or no, I actually see you in the store looking at vegetables. So this could have been something you did a couple of days ago, or you need to go to the store and do that. Connected this morning, maybe. Now I'm going to actually just go to this color. They call it a Payne's gray. So this is interesting. I've not used this color before. So I'm going to see what archangel is associated with this one. Okay, so this color is now associated on the tree of life with Shekinah. So it's the bottom of life. Archangel Metatron sits at the top, and when those two, this is the sister color. This is the sister. So at the top of the tree of life is Metatron, and at the bottom it directly is Shekinah. So that's the energy color there. I'm going to actually draw a line so they are fully connected. Take a deep breath right there for me. And the last color that I'm going to apply is this metallic purple, just to pull all the colors together. Okay, take a breath. You are enough. You have been enough. You will always be enough. I'm going to release some of that Civil War energy around that. It's the fear of not coming back and not being able to take care of my family. You did, in fact, come back from that war, by the way.
Yep. It's so funny when you're talking about that. I pulled some past life cards and they all came up, like you said.
You were wounded, but you did come back.
Mm-hmm.
You were not maimed. You did not lose a limb, but you did come back. Actually, your mother was your child, a girl child in that lifetime. This is where it comes from. I need to do enough for her. I need to do enough. See the direct correlation, what they do. That's what that is. That's that child connection with the mother as a child in your past life. But I need to take care of her. I still need to take care of her. It's never enough. Wonder if I don't get back, I can't take care of her. That's what that's. Thank you, angels, because that's the connection. Okay. So happy birthday. The angels love you. They love all of you, but they're sending actually happy birthday. Okay. Well, that's Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa. That was beautiful. Blessings to you. Yeah. Wow. She says, wow. Yep. Yep. Okay. Lisa, happy birthday again.
Debbie, does she have any connection to the Civil War at all? I'm curious.
Does she have any connections to the Civil War?
Or memorabilia? Does she have any connection to any? Sometimes what'll happen is if it's a past life overlay, they either don't like it at all, like they see it and it triggers something, or they collect that kind of stuff. So I'm just curious to see with her if there's anything.
do you have any connection or any thing to the Civil War? Let us know.
Thanks, Debbie.
And yeah, because I was seeing some, a karmic relationship also coming up from that past life.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And also you said something about that I got the farm, but you said something about going to the market.
Vegetables. She was at a market.
Yeah.
Mango, where it's like she's examining it up like really, really close.
Yeah. And then her fear was she was gonna not be able to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that karmic relationship with the father karmic was strong. Okay, so she's not answering.
Okay. Well, maybe she'll let us know later on.
Yeah, she will. Okay, so our next one, and I will ring. All right, so we have PMG. And okay, so she says, I have never heard anyone in my family even talk about the Civil War stuff, but my maternal grandmother was quite an activist, teacher, musician, principal, housed out of town African Americans. So
I was just kind of curious about her because that's that one past life that I got. So sometimes they're really connected to it, but it's more the energy of connection, like that feeling of needing to take care of people.
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. That whole caretaking piece. She housed African Americans to keep them safe.
Okay.
The grandmother did. So wow, yeah, that's amazing, Lisa.
So that would have been around that time. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so this is PMG. He has a beautiful smile there on his little picture. And he'd like an aura reading. So does she have permission to go head to toe on you? So we can get that out of the way right up front.
Yeah. Just ask everyone, can I do just have permission head to toe?
Yeah. So
okay. All right. So I'm just going to take a deep breath and just connect up with you. First area when I'm drawing in the subconscious file is the career. So I'm just going to take a deeper look into the career. Let's see if there's anything else that comes up. On the finances is very neutral. So generally they're kind of connected. In this situation though, I'm not getting anything with finances. Health, no. It's career. So there's something, I hear career choice. So let me just dig a little bit deeper. I'm actually seeing you having, when I'm connected in with you, I'm actually seeing you kind of go through files. So let me see if this is a metaphoric. And when I'm looking in there, I know it's in there somewhere. So if your search it feels like it's a search, something that fills you, but you keep looking in the same files for the answer, but it's not in that file. Okay, so it's like you keep going back to that same subconscious file, going, where is it? Where is it? And it makes me frustrated. But I'm telling you, guys are like, hello, it's not over in that file. It's like someplace else that you have not been looking. So almost it's like your focus has been on one thing, but they kind of need to guide you in a gentle way well, I'm going to say a gentle way. So, because my way wasn't gentle, but I almost feel like they need to get your attention. So whatever is around this is 2. So 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 days, months, weeks, years. I kind of feel like this is a prolonged thing for you. So
he's saying he's a little frustrated.
Okay. Is it about the career? I feel like it's not coming fast. Whatever this is not coming in fast enough. It's not coming in fast enough. And I feel really like I'm looking at your feet right now and you're sitting in cement. So to that means that like you're totally blocked. But they're like, hey, it's not in those files. It's like over here. Cause it's like doing the same repeat over and over again and looking for an answer that you think that's in there, but it's not. Okay. So let's just take a look at where this is. This is lodged in your heart. So this to me is about having passion about what you do, and it's not a paycheck. A passion can be, and luckily Debbie and I are very, very passionate about what we do. So it doesn't feel like I've never worked in 20 years. I mean, to me, I've never ever worked in 20 years. So because I love this, like it's my whole life, like it becomes everything.
Right.
You also hurt your knee. Okay. All right. So I feel kind of like it's time to, if you want, would you like to kind of move on? Because you're holding, let me just see where you're holding space for this. Because here's the thing. When we have energetic blocks, they oftentimes appear as physical things. And literally, when you start to give that physical thing a voice, then the pain will absolutely release. Okay. I feel like it's in the back of your knee where I'm kind of, that's where my energy is drawn to the back of your knee. So I don't feel as much energy in the front of the knee as I feel like in the back. And I feel like there's a ligament or something that's I want to say kinked or misplaced, if that makes any sense to you. But when I'm feeling in that energy, I hear the words joy of life. So there's got to be more to what this is, for what's happening here. So joy of life in the back of the leg, in the back of that knee, actually. That was actually to get you to slow down, by the way, that knee issue. Because I see you like running a mile a minute, but like everyone else, family, everything else, I was like, I just need to go like in this direction, family first. And that's my thing. It's my family. It's like, I got to take care of people. This is my thing. The guys are like, whoa, you need to simmer down. So we're going to slow you down so you can put value into place. Let's just take a look on the aura, what they want to show me. All right. And I'm so glad because, go ahead. Oh, it's atrophied. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad because I made little man pictures and now I get to use them. So isn't that my day? Okay. All right. And so it's atrophied. Okay.
And it's interesting the word he used. I mean, it's atrophied. It's not just it's a bummer, but the atrophy word moves into other areas of his life as well.
Well, it's actually hitting into the solar plexus. Yes. It's self-confidence, but it's self-worth. When I don't work, I feel like he was in a very goal-driven family. And so this is the value and worth they kind of put on that. If you're not working, and even if you can't, it's like you logically can't do those things, but it's that drive, that internal kind of drive. But I feel it's lineage. I feel that that's really connected to it. So I feel like it might be connected to the father or some male type energy figure where I watched you go, and this is the premium, or this is the marker that we have to attain, right? Or I'm not seen. So I get to be seen by my work. I get value from my work. And there's a depression state all of a sudden that I'm feeling like in your energy. So when this happened, you went boom. So all of a sudden it wasn't like, and I also feel like work was kind of a getaway for you. Like you could actually, I want to say some sort of adulation or respect there. So if you were a foreman or you were some sort of supervisor, there was also a sense of pride, but it's like an adulation. Okay. An adulation. All right. Okay. So we're going to actually just start to work on your energy field here. First of all, they just want to go right to your solar plexus. So I'm just going to start working there. Take a deep breath, and I just want you to notice what you notice first off before I work. Just come up with a couple of words that would describe your energy, especially if you could near your belly button or around in that area, just a little bit above. So if you could sense what that feels like before I work on you, because now here they're just really going to come in with the colors right now. So I hate to say I don't really like any colors, but yellow is not actually my favorite color, but we're going to use that's what they want me to, that's the angel that wants to work with you. So right across the solar plexus is the yellow right there. Okay, all right. I'm going to actually use more of it. Then I'm going to come in with the vibrancy of orange color. Take a deep breath and pull that right in there. You worked in a warehouse. Okay, all right. Were you a supervisor? Or you should have been a supervisor? Some supervisorial position. Okay. Take a breath right there for me. I'm going to actually come in with a darker green. And when
he said no, he wasn't a supervisor.
Okay, should he have been one though? Because I feel like he had the brains and everything to do it, but it just didn't do it. So I'm actually, when I was in this green, what was the word that they told me? Gosh, I lost it. I lost that connection. Hang on just a second. Oh, I totally lost what that was about. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to add, I added the energy of green. So it's more of a dark green. It's not a neon green for him. Take a deep breath right there for me. Let me see if I can get that connection back in here.
Feels healing to me, but it feels healing. It feels,
yeah. It's kind of just to kind of integrate all of those colors together. So this is just another angel that actually stepped in to work on it. And now actually they moved into your, there's some sort of twinging pain or kind of a thing like that on the back of his knee that it just, I think it's intermittent, but it comes in and then it just kind of, I don't know, it feels like it sparks or it does something like that. So they actually just want to work on your knee. So if he gave me permission head to toe, that's where we're moving. Okay.
That's right.
I'm going to use this color of blue. Take a breath right there for me. I also heard the words fear of money running out. So, and fear on a disability check, or oftentimes you're just worried that fear of money running out. Take a breath again for me. I'm going to actually just wash your whole entire energy with red. And I'm going to use a crimson red for you. And they kind of need to open your energy to think, have a new thought process, okay? Are you not allowed to work because of your disability? So drive is still there, but I also feel like there's a secondary something that's impeding it. So it might be not being able to work. Okay, no worries. Yeah, because I feel like this comes up monthly for you quite a bit. I feel like right around when you get around to the 18th to the 21st, that's when it starts to actually hit you, and it's kind of an ingrained pattern now. Okay, take a breath for me. They're just going to come in with the color yellow. Gosh, I wish I remembered what that green was. It was just another angel that just came in. So if I don't remember it, they're still working on you, even if Mary's memory is poor. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is what his color feels like here.
Ooh.
And I'm going to actually just have Archangel Michael just come in. Some of the colors I do know, but this is actually just to alleviate that fear. And then he keeps saying, brother, look here, brother, look here. So don't get fixated on the thing. Look here, look here. So he keeps trying to move your energy and your thought process away from getting focused on that. You know, I think he has a really nice voice. I think he has a nice voice, Debbie, that maybe for voiceover.
Ooh.
Has he heard that from people? There's some people I know when they can do voiceover work. In fact, there was someone that came into work and I said, God, you have a really nice voice. You could make a living doing that. He goes, I do make a living doing that. I said, oh, he was the voice of the Chargers.
Oh, that's so funny.
Serious? I'm like, you can make a living doing that, right? But there's so much work out there for people who are doing voiceover.
Yeah.
But I feel like he has a good voice. Like he would have a good voice for voiceovers or audiobooks, or there might be some work for you there. But I don't know if, see, again, it's that constraint of are you allowed to work? You know what I mean? With a disability, sometimes they don't, it's kind of creepy, but they don't let you work, right? I mean, so.
Yeah. Okay, so I drew from my angel deck to find out what angel came in for you. And of course, Michael came because you had already called him in. And he said, I'm with you, giving you courage to make the life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. And the green card came in, a green angel came in, Astara. And she was bringing in, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. And I feel like that is an all-encompassing, like you were trying to describe. But it was interesting. It came in, it's green. So that was that green color.
So there is your finished energy.
Wow.
And you need to stay off that ankle. I'm sorry to say this, but this is that drive. You want to keep just going on that ankle, and you need to let it go. So this is another way they're going to just stop us in our tracks if we just keep kind of pushing the envelope. So please stay in balance and know that you don't have to be anywhere. You can just rest. And I feel like that's what you need. Okay.
And I really do. I believe that things will start to move for you. I did pull some Lenormand cards, and you can see the healing happening here.
Yep.
And that things will start moving up for you.
I'm getting something happening in Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving time. So, and I don't know, again, if you're allowed to work or if you're allowed to look for work. Can you confirm that?
Yeah. You're allowed to work, right, PMG? Or when are they going to allow you back to, if you're on disability? I don't know how that works. Hi, Kim J. Welcome. So, yeah. Anyways, blessings to you, PMG.
Blessings. Thank you.
He said yes.
He is allowed to work. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like something's connected in Thanksgiving here, but there's a lot of possibilities for him, by the way.
Including voiceover.
Including voiceover. Never know, right? His life color is actually pink. I forgot to do a life color for him.
Oh.
Yeah, so he is actually a pink energy. And, it's not, and again, it's not it's not a vibrant red, but pink energy is kind of, I almost feel like when I'm in the energy of pink, it's kind of like I want to just hug you. That's what it just, it's like a hugging, to me, it's like a hugging energy. Do you know the energy of the Saint Amma, the hugging saint?
Mm-hmm.
This is what that energy feels like around him, but his life color is a pink. But I'm going to associate that with that.
Yeah, that's it has a nostalgic feel to it as well. Mm-hmm. Like an all-knowing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Blessings to you, PMJ.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So our next person coming in. And thank you so much. This is everybody's, it's like, you're getting a lot of like, wow, this is so interesting. This is so cool comments. So
great.
Going through as well. So it's very, okay. So, and it kind of, you guys, it opens our minds to the possibilities of how we can bring messages and help others. It doesn't have to be so, in a box. It can be, like literally in a box, So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So Kathy Ramirez, aura reading and message. So Kathy, does she have permission, head to toe permission first of all. And she goes on to say, message from ancestors, angels, if I am on the right spiritual path.
Okay.
And so, how to best help others with it.
Okay. So there's a tool around it. You're clairaudient, so she hears something. She hears things. Okay. So there's a tool around this, and I feel like it's getting more pronounced. So I feel like for the last 2 years, it's been a knowing has been coming in. There's a trajectory where her spiritual path changed around that time. I think you either saw something or I feel like you saw something that opened your eyes to possibilities, and you thought, oh, I connect with that at a deeper level. And then that kind of just started this curiosity about it. It's gotten more pronounced, by the way. There's a 6 around it. So like the last 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, or June, it's gotten like, hello, we're going to get your attention. It's like Debbie ringing that bell over there. So you're seeing a lot of signs, but I don't know if you're paying attention to the signs. So let's see what this is. Ace of Cups reverses on this. So I want you to realize when the Ace of Cups reverses, this is not always the hand of God tipping the cup out. It is an M. This is the mouth. This is the mother. This is the start of things. Yes, water it's nurture, it's emotion, but water has to conform to any vessel that it's put into. And to be honest with you, it's kind of like the hand tips over from this, but it's almost like the mouth needs to speak it. So I feel like you need to kind of speak whatever this is into existence. So she hears things. She's been hearing things, and you heard this when you're a child. You're kind of the secondary energy for you is feeling, and I feel like that kind of comes and goes. Gonna work. Let's just take a look. I'm gonna look at our life path just really quick. Debbie, you want to read anything?
I do. I was so enthralled in what you were saying because I actually know her, so I was kind of leaving it to.
Well, you don't have to read yet. Want me just to continue going so you can be surprised?
Yep.
Okay. She's a blue in our life color. And again, blues are loving, sensitive, and nurturing. So this is the empath energy. You must be all, but the caution there is being all things to all people. And you certainly cannot. And I feel like if I asked Kathy for cookies, she'd bake me like 10 dozen cookies, right? And, all sorts of different cookies, not just one cookie. It's going to be like, she's like, but that's just really what it is. But you put yourself to the back of the line a lot. So, and she flies by emotion. So she's very, very drawn. She's a healer. She's got her hand chakras are wide open. So, she came here to be, there's only three paths you can take. One is a healer in this lifetime. It's not fully connected though, because you haven't connected the dots. I feel like there's a lot of resistance in claiming this. So when I claim it, I have to say it. In order to say it, I have to claim it. And I feel like I don't want people to know this part of me. So I just want to hide it back here and pretend like I don't have it, right? Here's the thing that's interesting about her. When she gets a hit, I almost feel like my hand chakras light up. So it's like this, they're going to give her this knowing through her hands. She's got very sensitive hands, if that makes any sense. You know her. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, blues typically move into more of a counselor path. So nurses, nurturing, when you think of caretaker, something like that. But when I hear the word caretaker, I bristle. So it's not like, that's not like her energy. It's gotta be something that caretakes, but there's an ending to it. So there's a boundary to it. So I feel like with her, that is more something I think that's going to be drawn to her. Let's see if I got everything in here. Okay, so, but then I hear, how am I going to make a living doing this? Okay, so there's some financial stuff with there, but let me tell you, you can. All right, you can. All right, so and then relationships comes in behind that. So again, they're just going to give me the most important files out of the subconscious mind. Right now, it's the financial. So let's just take a look at, so let me ask you this question. Does she want to be in service that way? Because the angels are like rubbing their hands together, like, oh yeah, we got one here. What can we do with this one?
So Kathy, would you like to work in the metaphysical field like that? That's what you would do full time. And yes.
Okay. So actually the energy of this right here is pouring all this love out. But the problem is she pours it out, but it's not contained in anything. See, she had more of a direct energy of where it could go. She could park it.
Yes.
Right now it just goes, you know what I mean? Like, and like it needs to be at least, it needs to be focused. So with this is why it's mother is nurturing. M, this is why the card came for you. M is the mama. You're the mama, the spiritual mama. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what people kind of know you as, like the spiritual mama, but there's also a hiding feature with you. It's kind of an interesting thing, right? Okay, so we're gonna. So does she want to? So I can open up her energy just a little bit more if she wants to have more of a solid path forward. It goes like this. Here's the energy of moving forward. You kind of do it, and then you go, nah, and then you. It's like staccato. Like, so if you listen to music with staccato, it like moves like that. So it's not. It's like, you know, it's like that vibration. That's what I get when I think, and a lot of it I think is just coming up like with this fear and judgment. So you were a healer in a past lifetime, but there was some judgment attached to this energy. You actually worked with herbs in a past lifetime. So you were a herbalist, or you worked in, I see you. Here's the energy I see you in. I see you digging in the ground, but you actually know, because in those times there was not like a pill, right? So the pill came from Mother Earth. So you were very connected with earth and herbs, and you knew. I see streams of people just kind of coming in and coming out, but you're like, don't. And in that lifetime, you're like, don't come around. Like, don't come around certain times. Like, I only want you here on certain times, but I don't want people like flooding me. Because I think if you had kind of let it, you would have been really, really popular. But there was a part of you that was like holding back. I get a man connected to that. Like, there's some like, I don't want him to know like why people are really coming, but they're coming. So I just kind of get this connection, but I feel like it's overlaid to this lifetime. So it's like, I just don't want people know. I don't get this kind of sub rosa energy around it. Okay. So she wants me to open up her energy of a path forward. She's really, I mean, the angels will not mess around. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay. So if she wants a way forward, the angel will make it for her.
Yeah.
Does she want it?
Yes. She said yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, girly girl, we'll get ready because the engine's rolling right now. All right, we're going to move forward with the red. I'm starting with your crown chakra because you need to open it up just a little bit. And I hear the words kind of playing coy. So this is kind of like not in the vibrance and energy. Take a breath right here. Pull that color right in there. And that's going to actually stop you from stopping yourself speaking. Remember, the throat chakra is the only chakra in the whole body that speaks for the rest of it. The rest of them can speak if you know how to talk to them. But this is actually the vocal part of all of this energy. I'm going to actually bring in green. It's actually going to be that neon green. So right there through the energy column, and where I'm actually getting the hit is the solar plexus. I can't do this. I'm not worthy enough. I don't think I know how to do this. It's just, you know what? Everyone has a soul and everyone can do it, but you got to practice it, right? You just got to say, okay, you know what? If I just let go and let spirit guide me, your blueprint is already created. All you have to do is step into it, but we're so resistant, and I get that. But if we were not resistant, we have miracles waiting for us. So we cannot be resistant to this energy. I'm going to actually open up that solar plexus with brown. So I'm going to ground your energy a little bit. It's a little frenetic in there. So just take a deep breath and just pull that energy and it's like a football. So take a deep breath and just pull that color in there. And just notice what you notice when the color comes in. And this is really what I want them to do, is just kind of notice before the color comes in and how this is a little bit different and changed for them. Because the color can change the course and direction of your life.
That's right. Wow.
So ask her how she's feeling. Kathy, or I could ask, how are you feeling once that brown comes in there? So you have the knowing of where you're actually supposed to go, but you keep kind of putting a filter over it. I'm going to actually go to a, oh, they chose neon pink for her because they're going to just out her a little bit on this healing thing. So this is what they do. And I'm telling you what, when I'm trying to hide from people, Spirit would out me all the time. I remember coming back to work one day and the lead librarian said, "Oh, I saw your flyer over at the yoga thing and you're doing some healing thing." And I was like, I hadn't told them at work what I was doing, right? So I was like, oh yeah, it was almost like I got caught, right? It would happen continually, Debbie, and I would just,
wow.
like, thank you, right? I needed that. So take a deep breath, pull that pink in, because this is the start. If you're committed and you've said yes, you've decreed it, it will come forward for you. I keep getting a 2 around it. So I think you have to maybe decide or take a look at a couple of things. I feel like there's 2 or 3 things you're already looking at, and maybe 4 things. But I feel like it's just make a decision and just go in a direction, because this is just been waiting for you to do this. Add Archangel Michael's color in blue, because I'm getting a tremendous amount of fear just coming up through her stomach right now. Tell her to take a deep breath, please. Your face is warm. Good. All right. So that's the angel energy working. It hits us in different ways. Sometimes our hands get warm. Sometimes our face gets warm. Sometimes you'll feel energy swirling. Debbie does Reiki, so she knows what I'm talking about. Energy is not static. It should not feel static. And sometimes you won't feel energy because you don't know your body's energy. You don't know your energy well. So, Debbie, you need to pull a card, though, they're saying. I think
I have lots of cards here.
Okay.
Because I really feel like, it's all about starting with, taking, this is about you. It's time to look at you. We have that card coming in. You've been doing everything for everybody else and then trying to survive. And then, so now it's time for you. Okay. And so welcome this in, breathe it in. Like Mary's saying, to breathe this in, breathe it in, welcome it in, embrace it. And it's going to revitalize you. It's kind of like you've been wondering where even to put your foot down next. I'm seeing you having a hard time. Where do I put my foot even down? This is going to open that up for you.
Yeah. So we're adding the color yellow just to get her going. Okay. We're just going to wash it. Take a breath, please.
Every time you say take a breath, I take a breath. I don't know how much energy I take.
And everyone should take a breath, because we all hold our breath.
I bet you everybody in here takes a breath every time you say
their breath. And you have to remember, breath is life. So if we're not breathing changes the whole trajectory of your life if you don't breathe, right? So it changes colors, it changes career, it changes everything. Breath is as valuable. It's more valuable, really honestly, than what we think. All right, so that is Kathy.
Yeah. Wow.
She's the mama, nurturer, but she needs to get paid for it.
And, I'm just seeing that you are moving out of this energy. You know what I'm talking about, Kathy, here. You're moving out of this energy, the 9 of Swords. And look at that beautifully. You're connecting with your soul self there and coming into your own. I just love this for you.
Yeah.
You're building something here.
Yep.
And you remember, Mary saw you in the dirt at the beginning of this whole reading, and there you are building this. It's growing.
That's interesting. Yep. And there's her finished picture.
Wow.
This is Archangel Ariel that stepped into the yellow. And he says, I am the Alpha and I am the Omega. And I want you just to realize that I am always with you, behind you, whenever you get frightened to go backward.
Mm.
So he's just asking if you would allow they don't have a male or female presence, but they will stand with you to guide you to move forward, especially when we get fearful. You know, there was that poem that was written by you know, what is that one? I'm more powerful than what I know. Who wrote that? You know what I'm talking about. Oftentimes they attribute it to Nelson Mandela, but he didn't write it.
Right.
I know it's going to come to us, but you know which poem I'm talking
I
about.
can see him. I can see him, but I don't have his name.
The woman that wrote the poem, and she talked about we are more powerful than what we think. We're more afraid of our power in our life.
Yeah. They're going to tell us in a second here, right in the chat. I can. She.
This is the yellow that Ariel's saying, the alpha and the omega. It's like you are the beginning and you are the end of it, but you cannot be frightened of being the beginning and the end of it. So it's kind of sometimes angels and guides will speak in metaphorical terms. And also they just show me, you know, the oberus, which is the snake eating the tail, which is a never ending circle. So this is the alpha and the omega, right? And circles, by the way, are very comforting to people. So whenever you get stuck in an energy, draw a circle and stare at it. That will actually help ground your energy and bring you back to oneness.
Is it Maya Angelou?
No, I don't think it was her. No. It wasn't Maya Angelou. I'm going to have to think. Oh, you know who it is? Who's the lady that ran for office in Los Angeles? Marianne Williamson.
Oh, okay.
That's who it is. She wrote that poem.
She also,
right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was her, but it's usually attributed to Nelson Mandela, but it's not. He didn't write it. But there is that poem, but look in there because there's a lot of energy within that poem, you know, so people are really drawn to what she wrote. But I really feel like she channeled that poem.
Oh yeah, no doubt. A lot of our poems, and most of it comes from channeling, right?
You're welcome, Kathy. It was a blessing.
All right. Beautiful. Blessings to you, Kathy. So who we are.
And Debbie, I just want to mention, if they go to my website, that's where the special is. Can I tell them just a little bit about that?
Yes, tell them about it.
So if you go to my website, my name is spelled Merry and Street, Street. In numerology, it's a very good name, by the way. A lot of vowels. It's a nice name. So I was very blessed by my husband, but it's www.marystreet.com. And if you're interested in taking the R reading, you'll just need to purchase, and then I'll manually set up a time for you. So as you can tell, it's a taxing reading, and there's only a few that I can do within a day without burning myself out. So so I can be at my optimum, I manually book them. So you can pay for it, and then I'll book you. So you have, I think the special runs until Halloween, the 31st. So you can pay for it, and then we can book it out. So if you can't do it right away, don't worry about it. You know, I always feel like Spirit will meet you at the right time. So then you'll just receive, then what'll happen is you'll just pay $144. And just put a little note. I will need an image of you. So I basically kind of just need, an image from like the head up, and or the stomach, like the shoulder, the chest up, I should say, right? And then I work from the photo, and that's pretty much what I do. And it's kind of similar to this, the same thing. Let's see if I can find an image. So this type of image works really well too. Can everyone kind of see that?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so like a headshot.
Yeah, so just a selfie is fine. It does not need to be professional. And basically, I just work from that. And again, it's real time. We're on Zoom. You're watching me. I'm talking about your past lives, your present life, your future life. And if you are kind of stuck in your career, or you're a healer, you don't know which way to go, we talk about all of that and how all of this past life stuff is connected to the present life. Because again, the soul is not broken. It's one linear piece. And and depending upon, you know, how you, if you proceed into another lifetime, you may take residual energy with you because you have not finished that lesson in the lifetime. Lessons are not punishment. Let me tell you, a lot of people think, oh, that's a karmic punishment, or it's a punishment. It's not a punishment. It's for you to, as a soul, to grow. And we are all souls growing.
Mm-hmm.
That the soul needs is to grow. It has to grow, and it only grows through lessons. And how do they receive lessons? By people, because it can't really receive it can receive lessons through spirit guides, but that's not primarily why guides are with you. So you will receive lessons. So if you often wonder, why did I marry this person, or why did I have these issues with this person, or why did this career not work out, or why did I get sidelined by an injury, or why am I having difficulties with finances? A lot of it is in your aura, but a lot of it is connected to past life stuff. So when we get in there and we look at that, you're going to be like, really? Like it like connects the dot. I've had people burst out in tears, and they're like, I don't even know why I'm crying, because it hits some nerve. Like, it's like, and they see their patterns.
It resonates
in this pattern, in this lifetime. Like, I'm still having issues with it. And you know, the emoji where the face is crying with the tears. And it's like that. It's like, why do I have to keep dealing with this, right? Yeah. But the soul has so much growth, and it just wants to, it really is, it has to grow, and it has to go through these things. And so many of you are just about to get onto your path, but there's like so much resistance in there. So we're going to that out, you're going to go forward. And I know people say that right now with coronavirus is a bad time to start a business. In certain industries, I would say yes, there's probably wiser choices to make, and we're seeing that is one of the things that obviously is coming out of this. But if you are a light worker, if you are ready to do something that is healing, that doesn't, it's not what we do. Like you know, Debbie said, it's not going to be something in a box. There's so many facets, like the man with the voice. Like I just said, you know, I think he has a good voice for voiceover. Do you know how soothing that is? Like, you know what is that thing called? ASMR, or what's that thing called? They do it on YouTube where they talk and their voice is very soothing. ASMR, or whatever that thing is called, right?
Oh yeah, the little thing. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
They say they talk in a really low voice, and it's very, very soothing to them. Yeah. Or voiceover, sometimes it's going to come that way, and it's not going to probably look like what we do, but it's just, if spirit chooses you to use that pathway, you can heal so many people. Like flowers, like who knew, right? I mean, I didn't know flowers talked to me. Well, they did, and they talked to people, and they healed people. So that was the path they chose for me to get here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I always try to encourage everyone to don't be afraid to bring you. And again, that message that came in at the beginning from Spirit, don't compare yourself, you know, bring you as well. So you do you, and make it creative around who you are and what you can bring to the table. So
absolutely. Yeah. We don't want many me's, right?
We don't have to look like each other. Like right. Mary and I look exactly. I know we're twins. I know. So we definitely don't have to look like the other person to bring something to the table. Okay?
Absolutely.
No comparing.
Our soul will not allow us to be like another person, even if you try.
You try.
Column is all of your columns or souls are so different. When I work with the healing energy, and I'm working with a group especially, it's so fascinating, Debbie, to see all the swirling colors come around.
Oh my gosh.
And my guides will say, and this person has this thing, and this person has this thing, and this person has this thing. And when they start releasing all of it, it's like, when I see a soul column in a lot of blocks, literally it looks like Medusa's head, right? So there's a bunch of tangles up on it. And sometimes the column, that kind of tangle will be off to the side. Sometimes it'll be directly on. When the angels get in there, the guides get in there, and they start working through that, and they start clearing them, literally it is the most fascinating thing that I've ever seen. It's like wisps of energy start floating because it's to release it. And they are like with the little bows, they untie the bow, and then it just releases. and it's something that I've really never ever seen. But it's so beautiful. Like, and then what happens is you just see the soul shimmer like this. Like, this is really what we are like.
That's
This is
amazing.
they're like shimmery,
Beautiful.
actually
Beautiful. I
bubbling.
love that. Um, so yeah, check it out, guys. And the bottom, scrolling across the bottom, is also another website. Her website for the, it's her website. It's a website as well as her YouTube channel name, Intuitive Development and Tarot Training Academy School.
Yeah.
So you can find her on YouTube with that name and her website. She's also has the website marystreet.com.
Yeah. So that's mainly where you can find me. If all those names are confusing, just look me up that way, and
Mary Street.
I'll direct you in different directions. Perfect.
Okay, so, and thank you, moderators, for all you're doing in the chat
Thank
for
you.
us right now. So it makes it so much nicer to be able to concentrate on and stay connected in the spirit. So, all right, so on to clearing that energy out.
Okay.
All right, Mars, have I had a lifelong, have had a lifelong mood disorder. Is it, is it relievable? Can it be relieved, or will I be managing it for the rest of my life? And an aura reading too.
Okay.
I love it, Mars. All right. Let me check in. I do feel like you've tried all sorts of ways to relieve that, Mars, holistically, as well as Western medicine. And also I feel like you've tried all those avenues to try to bring some, with the mood disorder, to bring relief to it. And I feel like, I also feel like, even though there's been some challenges, that you're not losing hope in belief that can be relieved, that there can be some relief to it. And I'm seeing, I see a spirit is just bringing in this white, or a light, just a full on blast of light down through your head, all the way through this alignment here. And so I do see, because I'm also seeing like little, I don't know if they're what you call them, like little cords that kind of are coming out and attaching to other things. So I do feel like there can be some cord cutting, as well as that alignment comes more in alignment with your soul self, that it will bring some relief as well. Doing these energy healings, that I'm sure you've tried acupuncture and all that. I like that, Laurie Sue. I'm going to throw some cards as well, Mars. Yeah, I mean, the first cards I'm throwing down is you know, that you are finding that balance. Look at this, that it is out there, that see her seeking that balance. And then you have the star. So it is, and I feel like it is, I feel like this spiritual connection will be directing you. I feel like you have been working on this for a long time, and but you still have hope, which is good. But that's been kind of a challenge too, that it's been something that you've been really working on and moving towards. But look at these cards, these beautiful cards coming in for you as well. And you are connecting the dots, and you have this something new coming in, new direction, new hope, new medicine, so to speak, of spiritual medicine, I think. But look at that. See, all these are looking up, and that's exactly what I was being shown, like when I was first tapping in. It's right there.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, hello. So I got the subconscious file that's open for you is actually physical. So, and it's directly affecting you in the solar plexus. I also get, this is kind of interesting. I feel like it's food related.
Mm.
So, and also I was really divinely directed to choose a Bach flower remedy for you today. And I feel like, so your life color is yellow, and yellows are really free-spirited, fun-loving, but they're very sensitive, and they just kind of shy away from kind of any energy of wanting to be seen. But they do well with nature. And my feeling is it's like being around nature, being in nature, but I feel it's connected to the energy of any energetic products that are natural, like plant medicine. Okay. I was going to suggest to you that you travel and journey, and I don't know if you'd be open to this. I offer it with psychotropic plants, because psychotropic plants are very interesting in the fact that you're not going to ingest it. And when I talk about psychotropic plants, I'm talking about ayahuasca. I'm talking about the vine, right? I'm talking about belladonna. I'm talking about, poisonous plants that we know. But when you travel with the plant, when you work with the plant spirit, it opens up a factor for
It opens up
otherworldly knowings.
Mm-hmm.
I started working with the agave. So the goddess of the agave came, and she asked me to start working with the Reiki with it, the Maihuel. So the goddess Maihuel. So she was very powerful in this energy, but had I not done that, it really just opened another side to me. But when you're doing a psychotropic journey with a plant, you're not ingesting it. You're not feeling that feeling that you would say like with ayahuasca, right? But it's more of a get in tune with the plant spirit so it can guide you and help you. So that's why I'm saying I feel like it's just really plant connected for you, and I feel like this could really help you. Where I was guided for you, and I don't know if you use Bach treatment flowers, but I was guided to cherry plum for you. So it is the sixth remedy that he has created. And the flower is the openest flower, and it says from overload to relaxation. That's what's interesting, from overload to relaxation. And I also feel like I'm not allowed to feel my moods. So there's some sort of sensory shut off, or I must shut it off, or and oftentimes when we deny that part of our soul that's trying to have full expression, I know it might feel uncomfortable, but it goes into kind of this blocked pattern state. And I think sometimes when we could just release it, and again, I really do feel like plants, that plant journeying for you could be super, super powerful. I've journeyed with plants before, and I'm like you. I am a kidney donor. So my son has had transplant, but I donated a kidney so he could get a kidney. So I have to be very careful about ingesting anything. I would love to go to do ayahuasca, but that's not in the stars for me. But the way that I do it is by plant travel. And tell you, when you have a plant spirit that's working with you on that level, it can actually tell you so many facets of your spirit that you would not know. And you have to really be open to the energy of that. So that's where spirit is suggesting that you look into these types of energies. But I feel like this is a very natural thing for you. So again, it's food, it's ingesting these treatments. And I feel like and it doesn't have to be that, but I'm just saying, I feel like, to start out with, and here's the thing, not all of them are overwhelming and dark. It just depends on the way that you go with it. So not all of them have that dark energy, but it does, the vine will shake you because it needs to bring up some sort of shadow side, right? But behind the shadow is the light. So we want to get to the light.
Right.
But do not be so, do not be close to it, because very honestly, and even just start out small. So if there's a plant that you feel connected to, like I'll tell you who my plant spirit is, yucca. I have yucca in my yard, and I thought I wish I never had yucca in my yard. Then what happens? I journey with a plant, and who is my spirit plant? Yucca.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. Like, why is this? I'm telling you, I have such a deep connection to that plant now because it has given me so much life, like so many profound messages. And when they speak to you in that way, it's a complete understanding. And so that's why I'm going to say, maybe if those types of things do not connect to you, try something else. Cannabis could be actually a good one for you. But it's kind of to move your mind out of the way to be open to other facets. So she wants an R rating, yeah?
Yes.
Correct? Okay. So overall, I'm just going to actually start with blue. So overall, I'm just take a deep breath, and I just want you to note where you are emotionally in your body. So if you could know just a couple of words. So when I say this, I just tell people kind of take a baseline. So where are you? Are you feeling jittery? Are you feeling calm? Like what's your overall energy like you're feeling in the moment? And then I just want you to notice as the archangels start to overlay their energy, because the colors are representative of their energy, to be honest with you. But like I said, I get too sometimes very logical, and so this is why they move me out of the way with the color. Okay. So we're going to start, actually, I'm going to start first with a metallic blue. And again, I just want her to notice where she is. I'm going to just start to overlay this color all over the top of this. Take a breath for me and just pull this metallic blue in. And it is like a metal. So it is a metal blue. So it's not a heavy energy. So it's like a sky blue, but it has some metal in there. Take a deep breath. And I think the metal's going to ground you, actually. I feel like a lot of swirling, especially I'm drawn into your solar plexus.
Oh, that's funny. She just said before that.
Oh, okay. Because I also see some purple light coming through there. So some purple needs to come through. I'm going to see if they actually want me to do that. Okay. So here's the thing. You get really fearful when you're talking about trying anything new, because I think you're fearful it's not going to work. Like this isn't going to work. Why is she telling me this is not going to work? Please, please, please have an open mind. Okay. I never thought that I would be doing this, but yet what did they have to do? They had to give me a spiritual noogie in order for me to get over here. So I'm telling you, Spirit has a plan for all of us, and we may not understand the way that they're going to do it, but I'm going to tell you, they will do it. And when you're open to the process, I'm telling you, miracles I feel like I'm a walking miracle. Not only did I give birth to my son, but I gave him life twice. So you know what? I never thought I was going to walk into that realm of doing that at all. What ended up happening was I thought I would become a nurse, but I can't stand pus, so I couldn't do it. But so then what ended up happening was I ended up going to think about going to nursing school, right? So I went over there and did my CNA thing. I was accepted into this school. And then I got to thinking about all the stuff I didn't want to do. So I wanted to talk to my son's transplant nurse. And she's like, I go, tell me the real deal. What is it like? She goes, I go, okay, I'm not going to do it. But what ended up happening was I found out about pair donation. I didn't know there was a thing about pair donation, but Spirit needed me to get over there because one of our things was go look at something that maybe I don't know, it was some homework exercise we had to do before we came to this class, right? So I was like, I think I could do that. So I called up Children's Rady Hospital. I said, hey, you ever heard of this thing called pair donation? And they're like, yeah, we're approved. I didn't even know they had to be approved, right? I said, I'm going to be your first guinea pig. So whether this thing works or not, let's try it because it will open the door for other people that need transplants that are waiting. And sure enough, what happened is I passed and I got on the list and my son got a kidney 3 months after I got on the list. But if I had been paying attention to those signs and gone over there and thought I wanted to be a nurse, no, it wouldn't have happened that way. And he'd be, I don't know what would happen to him, but it was very powerful. Now we're going to go into the purple. Take a deep breath. This is just going to release doubt. This is what they're saying. This angel is the releaser of doubt. So they want you to get over to the side of no doubt. No doubt, right? Get it? The music, no doubt. Okay. All right. So anyway, there it is. It's a very light purple. I'm going to actually come in here because they really want to release that doubt about being able to ever get past this mood over more. And this is interesting because I picked it up in the energy of her question. Will I ever be able to do it? You have to believe you can do it at some level because it has to work, right? The spirit is going to be a little stubborn with you because they're going to stay on it. So let's see. Hyacinth violet. That's a pretty color right there. Okay, so that's the color that they're going to try to shake you out of the tree with. And now they're going to go in with this dark color. This is cerise. And again, the colors of the name, that's just an angel in there, but that's not the real angels' names. I tried to at one point figure out all these angels' names, and they're like, really? And I'm like, I guess I don't need to do that because I spent like a whole day trying to look them all up. They're like, well, you don't need to know our names. Just work with the energy. That's all they were saying. Okay, here, take a deep breath. Pull those colors in.
Wow. Yeah.
So this is doubt, lots of doubt, but they're going to try to erase this. They're saying they're coming in your dream state to try to help you with this, not be fearful of trying new things or new products. Okay. All right. All right. So you are here for a purpose and a reason. I'm telling you, all of you, your soul blueprint has been created and all you have to do is step into it. So they're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you, Vibrationalist. She just posted all your contact information in the chat so people could just click on it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But there she is.
Wow. That is awesome. And again, every time you say breathe in, we're all breathing, I think.
Because the angels
are really full of this beautiful energy coming in. All right.
There she is again. Okay.
And take this Mars, how wherever in spirit wants to bring it in, your energy. But it says, I pulled a card while she was doing the painting thing, and it says surrender to what is. And that picture in itself. And then it says flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it is exactly as it is, brings you peace. But I feel like more of this message is about surrendering pieces that no longer are serving you in this process of finding and searching and healing and finding the best way to find your alignment, getting into your alignment and with your soul self more in that strength, so to speak. Okay. So blessings to you, Mars.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, she says, thank you so much. Have gotten the surrender message recently, and has calmed things down dramatically. Yeah. It's like when you're facing something, it's taking just that moment and what can I surrender here so I can move out of the shadow, so to speak, into the light. So that's beautiful. All right. Okay. So I feel like this probably I think we're going on 2 hours and 15 minutes. And what do you think of this being like the last reading, or where are we at? How are you feeling, Mary?
For me, it's up to you. I'm good. If you want to keep going a little bit more, it's up to you though.
Let me text me, Lucienne, the list so I can see how much more we have on the list. But we'll go ahead and get started on this one.
Yeah. And, I was going to say, if they sign up for the newsletter on my website, I'll draw a name from them, one of them, for a 15-minute session. So if they want to sign up, they're going to get a Stress Buster release kit, which will be helpful, right? And then they'll go into a drawing. So just make sure you mention Debbie's show, please. So you have to mention Debbie's show, and I'm going to put you all into a pot. So it's just for this group only. So you'll get that gift, and then you'll get, for this group only, one of you will receive a 15-minute session.
Awesome. That's great, guys. So go over, get on the list for the.
Yeah, so it'll be at the marystreet.com website. That's where that gift is located. So.
Oh yeah, I wanted to show this. What Vibrational just put in the chat so they can find it. Does that look right?
Yeah. So Tarot Training and More is a Facebook group. And then that's the Tarot Reader Startup Kit. But if they go to my website, marystreet.com, that's where they could enter in to get the free reading for the group. But you have to put in, so I know it's your group, Debbie, that it's Debbie's group, or that you could put I don't know, whatever. What do you want them to put in there? So I know what's a distinguishing.
Yeah, just say Freebird Spirit.
Okay, Freebird Spirit. Perfect. Yeah. And that's where all the other information will be as well.
There you go, guys.
So you get free gifts. So if you want to learn how to be a reader, that's one. And if you want to be stress-free, you can get the other one too. Right.
And also, guys, if you want to hear a more lengthy backstory of Mary Street, go to her YouTube page, and she has she has one that has a longer bio of kind of her background, how she started. It's a very interesting, very cool story. Finding her way on her.
Debbie, I don't even know what story it is, so I have to go read it myself.
I have to go listen to it again.
You have to go look at it.
Doing readings in the.
Oh my gosh!
Going off into her car and doing readings in the cemetery because
going out of the psych closet was painful. It was painful. So I did that for a long time. Yeah. So yeah.
Super cool story. You guys check it out.
All right. So.
Okay. So So these readings are a little bit longer than normal. So we didn't get through the list as much because we literally have 10 more to go. So we're going to do this.
Okay. So we'll just do what we can do.
Yeah. We'll just kind of keep plugging along, see how far we can go. And those of you who know that we'll be going live right after this for the giveaway, because I had hit 2,000. So we're doing a giveaway.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so, no, it's even, I think it bumped up really quickly after that as well. So I'm excited about that. So we're doing a little giveaway. So you guys, it'll be a little later than what's on the little thing. So that's fine. We're good. We're all good. Okay. All right. Tasty melon. I'm going to Move the energy here. Okay. What weird things in the kitchen? Oh, she wants an aura. She wants an aura reading, please, but also just a quick step into what is going on with the weird things in the kitchen.
You want me to tell her?
Yeah, go ahead, because I think I already have touched base on this before. Let's see.
Well, I'm getting it's an energy portal near the cabinets.
Ah.
So it's an energy portal that's been opened. Has anyone in that house, or do you know the history of that house, been in a deep state of grief? Or have you been mourning? Or anyone? I kind of feel like it's not connected to you, but has anyone? Do you know anything about the history of that house? Because it feels like it comes and it goes. But I feel like the portal's still open there. So they're asking me, does she even believe in this stuff? Because they're a skeptic.
Oh, we've lived here since April. I don't know about the house.
Okay, because it's just, so I feel like it's a little bit sporadic, but is there something also going on with a clock in your home? Okay, does it happen around 3 o'clock in the nighttime? Is that when you kind of notice it? Because they're showing me a clock.
Since a few weeks, everything falls on the floor, even out of our hands at this specific point in the house. Yeah, so that rings true too.
Well, spirit is always getting a hold of people that can see or sense or feel. So someone in the house can do that, because spirit is very specific about who they choose when they start doing this stuff. And what they want to do is they want to connect with somebody that can do that. So it's either, I kind of feel like it's also a male that they're trying to connect with in that home. So it's either you or someone that's a male-like energy in that home, or a male. I specifically look like a male to me. Dark hair. So I don't know if your husband has darker hair. I feel like it's kind of specifically almost directed to this person.
And you know what I'm seeing is almost like getting a little frustrated, like, please see me, please see me. It's almost like I'm not sure they even know they're, I mean, maybe they do know they're dead, but there's some confusion there too. Can't you see me?
Is her husband, can he sense things or feel things or see things? I feel like, or whoever this male is in the house.
That sounds so. Is this right, Tasty Melon? Because I feel like I connected with the silly one before, so that's kind of. But this one is different. This is not. I don't feel like this is the same one.
Silly ghost. That's not the silly energy.
Mm-mm.
That's not the vibration of this one.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit more of a poltergeist energy.
Yeah, just like a real.
But it's getting frustrated.
This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this. Like,
it's getting frustrated is what it's doing. And so it's ramping up the energy. There's also something about Christmas connected with this energy. Have you talked to that energy in the house? Have you talked to it and asked it what's going on and why are you here? Because you can make it leave. But the portal needs to be closed. Okay, well, he doesn't have to be spiritual. He can have a lot of skeptics have the ability. A lot of them
that's true.
The ability, but they don't want anything to do with it. So that's why they get very skeptical. It has nothing to do with it's being spiritual. 100. You can do this work and not be spiritual, right? It's the ability.
It's the ability. We have different languages. Like I use different language than Mary does, and it's but talking about the same stuff.
Yeah,
it's different languages.
And it's a sense or perception that they're trying to get a hold of. So they know somebody in that house can do it. They're just trying to use them as an energy device, more or less, and a way to get something through it. Are you picking up on spirit at all, Debbie? I'm picking up on spirit. It's a female.
Yeah, and I'm getting, I just keep getting like this really frustrated, and like if you could turn the volume up, she'd be screaming.
She's moaning Myrtle. That's what she is. She's like moaning Myrtle, to be honest.
It's just like
moaning.
It's almost like taking that moment in time to talk to them,
yeah.
And light that candle, be purposed about it, call the spirit, call her in, and just say, I need you to look for the light and go. This is where we're living now. We need you to go. So do a type of ceremony, however you want it to look, and invite her to go.
She's between worlds, Debbie. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, that is.
Not in between worlds. That she needs actually just to stay in one world, and she won't be so confused.
Yeah. So invite her to move on into the other.
But here's the thing. Now, I don't know if her husband would be open to this, but she needs to hear it from him. She needs to hear it from a male energy to go.
Oh yeah. So yeah, she's starting to. Yeah.
Oh, well, that
makes sense.
Yeah, that's very energy, and they start to use the energy, and it's just because they're using you guys as battery packs. She doesn't know that she's doing it, and her depressed what I call her moaning Myrtle energy is depressing you because you're feeling her energy. That's why, and it's gotten more pronounced. So what I would highly suggest before it gets any worse is have you and your husband go into that energy, go into the kitchen and say, look, we feel you, we hear you, I sense you, I hear you, but like Debbie said, you don't belong here. This is our home now, and I need you to go. You have permission to go. Her grandmother is standing right there waiting. Tell her grandmother will come for her and comfort her, and the angels will always come around. Spirit is waiting for her to come, but she does this thing where she goes in between worlds, and it confuses her.
I feel like it's attached to, it's almost like, well, obviously she was confused when she died. She didn't realize, and it was all of a sudden, wait a minute. No, I'm not done. I didn't want to die, what I'm also sensing it was an accidental suicide, that she didn't really want to die, but she ended up taking her own life. And so that's not what she was really wanting to happen, is what I'm getting. And I do see grandma too. So it's kind of like they're behind this. Grandma's showing me this rope, and they're like all behind over here, and here she is on this side, and it's like until she
makes a commitment that she's gonna go.
Yeah.
I think she's attached to the man because it reminds her of the son.
Yeah.
Why is she in your house? Because someone can sense her. This is the only reason why I've been doing paranormal spirit removal for a long time. This is not a mistake or coincidence. When you have spirit in your home, it's because someone in that home can sense, feel, know their presence. And all they're trying to do is to get your attention. The minute they have your attention, but they go, and you explain to them, here's what you have to remember. Ghosts are like people without a body. That's all there is. It's just a different energy. It's like, but you don't allow a body in your home, a stranger in your home, so they don't belong there. I've had clients, though, that say, I want a ghost in my house. And I'm like, okay, because you're the client. But very honestly, you don't want them in your home. They're very disruptive in your home, and they're not your friend. It's not Casper the Friendly Ghost. So they don't know that. They don't know what they're doing. This person's confused. Do you want a confused person in your house? If you do, have her cook your meals for you, because you'll get some very confused meals. Mm-hmm. So get her out of your home. Just tell your husband to say, you know what, you got to go. Yeah. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you, but you don't belong here anymore, and you need to go back. Then make an intention to seal the portal. It can be done through intention. but it just keeps opening up. If she can't get past the portal, she won't come back, but she needs to know that it's safe to go. So talk to her, remind her it's safe to go, that she's loved on the other side, and they're waiting literally with open arms, waiting for her to cross.
Now, you said that you have been, Tasty Melon, you said that you've been feeling depressed in the last couple of weeks. Is anybody else in the house feeling depressed? Because also with kind of her story that I got from her, she suffered from that. She suffered from some of these mental issues, and she may be, attracted to other people who are feeling kind of depressed or hopeless in some way. So those are just areas to check too, of why you're wondering why she's in your house. But the most important thing is, let's get her out of your house. So those are some actions to take. So.
And the positive thing is she's noticing what's her energy and what's different about her energy. Most people don't recognize it. So when you start to feel depressed or you start to feel by yourself, you need to get that out.
Yeah.
And it's not difficult. It'll only be difficult if you think it's difficult. But again, she just wants to be seen. And you know what? We will use you as batteries, so don't let that happen. Do you have a black dog around you, or is there a black dog in spirit for you? Because I clearly see a black dog around you. This could also be black dog around spirit around her. Oh, I think it actually might be hers. Okay, so fear is bug juice for them, to be honest with you. You cannot, this is for you, this is a lesson in empowerment. This is always a lesson for someone. When a house is haunted, it's really a lesson for you about empowerment. Do not be fearful. So I think this is her black dog that comes with her. So anyway, you got to stand in your energy and power and do this. The minute you're fearful, they've got you. Do not be fearful. Remember, this is nothing. It's an energy without a body. That's all really it is. I mean, you can keep that in mind. And all you do is say, get out of my house. I mean, I wouldn't do it maybe that way, but, have conversation with them and just say, you know what, you got to go. Right?
Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. Grandma's waiting for her. Grandma's waiting for her.
And sometimes when they hear that, they just go, okay, and they will go. But don't put fear around it. It's just that you can't see them. That's why it's fearful. But if you saw them showing up in your house, you probably wouldn't want them in your house. So it's not any different, right? It's really not any different. Make sense? Can I release that fear around you about taking charge of your energy and just saying, go, you got to go? We've all had people in our house. We don't want them in our house. What do we say? It's time to go. I'm going to bed. That's what we say. And I'm not feeding you any food. So
we're out of food.
Right?
I'm heading to bed. So you
got to go. Okay. So that's the same exact thing, Okay. Are y'all set? I'm going to use some red because we need to kick you. We need to kind of kick you, right? Yeah, it's spiritual. They have to obey you. That's right. And here's the thing. They're there because you keep letting them be there. Have the intention to let her go. Here's the thing. She doesn't want to be trapped. Really, seriously. She doesn't. So she's listening to the stream. Ma'am, you got to go.
You got to go. Grandma's waiting for you. It's time to cross over.
We'll help you go over, honey. You just got to go with them. Just go with the flow, okay? Go with the flow. You don't want to suffer here anymore. It's no fun being here. Trust me. Sometimes it is, but right now for you, it's not, okay? So
it is not. It's not. That in between is not okay.
In between worlds, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no one wants to be between a world. Okay, now we are going to use some red. Angels have said we got to kick this, but we got to kick your energy up. It has nothing to do with her energy at this point. It's you, okay? All right. Okay, so it's one of those hoorah moments. We got to do it. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to start with Carmine. And I'm just going to actually I'm just going to overlay this. They told me overlay it all over and it's a thought process. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings. Well, feelings aren't going to be hurt. They're going to have freedom. So you got to help them a little bit, have some freedom, and it's going to give you freedom and power because once you do this, you're going to stand in your own power. Here's the thing. If we have weak boundaries with humans, we have weak boundaries with spirits. There's no difference. One's just in a body and one's not. But the ones with no bodies can do more harm because we can't see them, right? But you get a beat on that spirit, you tell it to get the hell out of your house, then it's going to go. Okay, I personally I would say get the hell out of the house, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And don't be cooking them meals and being all nice. No, this is not Casper the Friendly Ghost. They all can mask as friendly ghosts too, you know? We don't want that energy in our home. We want to have a nice, peaceful environment, and they cannot be there to have that. Plus, she doesn't want to again be trapped in the other worlds. That's really honestly not fun.
It's not.
I would rather go to the party side, to be honest with you, because I'm waiting for a party when I get over there.
Amen.
Right? I don't want to be trapped over here thinking if there's going to be a party or not. I know there's going to be a party when I get to the other side, and then I'm going to come back. So my students know I'm coming back. So, all right. We got a red. So this is for you, red with kind of an orangey thing to take your power back. And the only way you can do it is you. I'm going to infuse this actually with yellow in your solar plexus because you've got to be able to do this. Please do not be frightened. You do not have to do ritual. You do not have to light candles. Just do it. Just go over there. You could even do it when you get off the thing here. Go over there and tell her going home. She's going to go home. She's going to love it. Because what's not to love when you go home with your family?
That's right.
Right? What's not to love with it? Right? And her grandma's picking daisies for her, waiting for her to come over there. Right? Poor moaning Myrtle. She's stuck over here. You've got to help her get unstuck. Okay, so there's some yellow. So there's some yellow in there. Take a deep breath right there. Pull those colors in, especially the red. And now I'm going to ask, Archangel Michael just wants to come in. He's going to actually come in for both of you because you got a little bit of her attachment on you. So she needs to have some healing to go. So Archangel Michael's going to work on all levels. This lady is ready to go, to be honest with you. She really wants to go. She doesn't know how to do it. She's just stuck over here. But I'm pretty sure she's just ready. She just needs permission to go, or she just needs to find a way over there. And all you have to do is just give them verbal. Here's what I would suggest. Close your eyes and say, you know what? I'll mentally direct you where you need to go. That's all you need to do. Right?
And
Well, we get it.
no, don't give up on yourself. You can do this. You got this.
Everyone can do this. And this is lessons in personal power. That's
exactly.
It is.
That's so funny. So Mary's not even looking at the screen, and she just read the cards.
Oh, I did. Lessons,
lessons and personal power here coming in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, you're going to feel so much better once you do it. Not only for her, because you're going to give her a blessing, but you're going to give yourself a healing. Like you're going to go, wow, I did that. Seriously, she will not bug you if you just go. She just needs to know a direction.
Mm-hmm.
She just needs to know a direction. The happiest day of my life was when I saw a soul leave and go to wherever they needed to go. I don't know if it's heaven or whatever it is, but when the soul left, it was like I saw the minute when it left, it whisked out. Literally, you can watch the soul go. And at that moment, they're free. Like, wouldn't you want freedom? Wouldn't you want freedom for this lady instead of fearing her? Here's a question for you. What would love do? Would lovely be fearful, or would love want to help somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Love would want to help somebody, so help her. Don't be fearful. Be in service.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Okay. Well, I think Archangel Michael has done the trick. Take a deep breath and pull his energy into your solar plexus. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got to do it. If you keep sitting there thinking about it, you're not going to do it because you're going to get in your mental head. It's not difficult. Seriously. If I could do it, you guys could do it.
You can do it.
You can, absolutely. So this is your image.
Awesome. And I really feel, Mary, too, with this whole message coming in for Tasty Melon, is that, you know, she's like, why are they coming into my, well, I think also that this is part of, because this isn't the first time you've had some activity in that home. And I feel like you're stepping into your own as well. Once you are able to say to the spirit, it's time for you to move on. You know, you no longer are welcome. You need to go home. Grandma's waiting for you. That's your first step, but I feel like there's going to be more for you. I feel like you have this knowing. You have I'm seeing the light right here in your crown chakra, which I feel like they're also, you're very sensitive to the
the personal power with people in her life too.
Exactly.
You know, oftentimes we get the test through spirit, but really it's about setting boundaries with people, right? Some people come into our lives and they're not healthy for us. And as sensitives, we don't want to be mean, right? So we don't want to tell them, you got to get out of here, or you can't come over, or you can't be in my energy. And spirit will set these scenarios up where you've got to deal with this on this level. And then you find your power. And then you go, you know what? I'm going to do this in my personal life. It wasn't that difficult, right? Yes, I can hear everything. They can feel your thoughts and hear your thoughts. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't get weirded out by it though.
Yeah, no. But if you're hesitant about saying anything out loud because of the rest of the people in the house, you can do it mentally.
Yeah. But I wouldn't worry about them hearing your thoughts. Who cares at this point? Just tell her to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll send her a mental thought for you. Get out.
Can you see what we're saying?
It's always good though to actually talk with them so they understand you saw them. And all joking aside, it really is a good idea to have communication with them, understand why they're there, because there is a reason why they're there, and just say, you know, it's really time for you to go. Like, you're going to be much happier on the other side. Grandma's waiting for you. And they're just waiting in joy for you. Make sense?
Yep.
That's all.
That's all.
You won't sound, trust me, you can tell Debbie and I anything and you will not sound crazy to us. So
no, but in her house she might.
Yeah, but you know what? They don't have to know. I do stuff in my home all the time. My husband doesn't know. My son doesn't know. It kind of weird him out. So I do it time, like, you know, so they do think I'm a little crazy, but you know what? They also go, you know what? It's the spirit, it's my heart, right? I love them and I want them to be well. And so they know that from the perspective, I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt them or harm them. I do it from a space of love and intention, right?
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're sending you lots of love and light. Tasty love.
Absolutely. And we also will send spirit light, you know? We'll send spirit light, because honestly, they need love. They don't know what love is because they're caught.
Yeah.
It's a terrible feeling when you're caught in between worlds, because you don't really know what love is. You think it's coming and it's going. So you know what? I would also just send everyone to send the spirit love, because that will actually help them move. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Send the love. Send the love. And Grandma's right there waiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think for me, this will be, I think I'm coming to the end of myself.
Yeah, so. We're getting there. I'm good with you, girl. I was like, okay, I think this is good for me. I'm getting cooked. So this is good. Yep. It's been fun. Are we doing this last one then, or no?
Should we do this last one, or
you? What do you think? I'll leave it to you.
I feel like they'd be like, I was just on the screen.
Right. We can do it really quickly then.
Yeah, let's do it like quick one.
I just feel like I feel like a knowing of this letter coming. There's something about this communication. I feel like it's kind of in a way and not a surprise. It might be a surprise, but in a way there's a back of my mind, subconscious mind feels that it is not a surprise. So there's a 2 around it. So when did you get the letter? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months ago? It feels like really recently. Okay, so I'm opening it up and I'm kind of feeling like a shock wave coming through. I feel like it's connected to a male or male-like energy, but it feels kind of really male energy. When you say what's going on is a little general, but.
Yeah, because
It doesn't hit the mark on the intuition. What's going on is like, okay, so that's too big of a question. So it's too broad. Intuition needs a concise place to park. This is what
something to land. I'm trying to.
So it's not landing like in a concise spot for me. It feels like kind of all over the and maybe it's just general because we're on YouTube. I mean, I understand that. That's kind of a personal thing. Does that make sense with the mail connected to this letter? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. All right. Okay. So that is okay. So that's still really general, but
yeah, because I'm not connecting the police.
So she said she got a letter from the police, but it could be my husband or ex. That's the question. See, there's a gap right in there. Let me take a closer look here. Was anyone in a car accident recently around you? See a dark car? And Spirit is impressing this on me for some reason. So I'm going to, sometimes it just doesn't make a connection right away. But the question's a little vague in general. So I'm trying to hit and see where it is. No. Okay. All right. Anything else on that?
I'm not connecting to this.
It's too vague of a question about what it needs, like a real concise question about it. So I can actually park the energy. If you gave me a concise question, I could look at it. Debbie's having trouble too. So there's something off on it.
Yep.
Is she typing a question?
That's the last one I have, but I have, again, I don't really have connection here. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. There's no connecting here. So I'm trying to connect here. My cards aren't connecting either. So we need more of a specific question to that.
Yeah.
Or we can skip that for now and go straight into like maybe an aura reading.
Did she request one?
Yeah.
Aura reading? Okay.
Oh, okay. So here's more specific. My ex got a letter from the police in May. He told me I'm going to testify.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so the scythe came up. So this is just cutting, sudden change. It's a kind of a warning. To be honest with you, I just have this knowing this letter is coming now. I for whatever reason, there's something in all of this mix that someone knew this letter was coming. I don't know. I really do feel like that. Now it's the tree. So this is about ancestors. So it is about family. And then there's a crossroad and a choice. There's always a choice to testify or not. So what I would say, because this is an impasse, so what I would say around that would be to, he told me, I'm going to testify. Like he's going to testify when you say, I'm going to testify, or you're going to.
I think he wants her to testify.
You know what? There's a crossroad that comes with this.
You have a choice.
Choices. So do you have to testify? Check it out. Maybe you don't. I'm leaning like I would look at all my choices to see if that is do I need to? Okay. All right. That's where I'm leaning. Spirit is leaning me to do it. All right.
And Melissa, who is a reader in our community, she said he wants you to paint a nice picture of him. So letting her know basically that I'm hoping that you paint a nice picture of me because you're going to be called in to testify.
Okay, so the coffin comes up, and this is about a tough transformation for you, though. Mm-hmm. So this is about you and heartstrings and tugging. Remember, Mercury is in retrograde. What comes up? All our exes from Texas, from Mercury retrograde. Right? But it also stirs feelings, right? Do I have feelings for this person? and now you're like, okay, should I testify in his behalf? You don't even, I mean, honestly, it feels like there's not enough information, but I do feel like you need to do some due diligence. And again, I would say that, again, this is about personal power, and this is about a transformative moment for you. Do you have to testify? I think there's due diligence that needs to be around that. Looks like legal advice on that to make sure. And if you don't, are you going to feel guilty because you don't do the testing? I mean, this is really what it is about. Okay. And how much sway does this person hold over you? That's really what I'm getting. So, because guess what popped out? The heart card. So put up a lot of emotions, push a lot of emotions forward. Do you help the guy? Or you did not help him? Why is he an X? This is always the question Spirit always asks. Why are we X's? And, doesn't mean, so I get along. I mean, I don't even know where my ex is, but I mean, I don't hate the guy or anything like that. But because, the relationship didn't end out of, wasn't on a bad note or anything like that. But I mean, if he asked me to help him, I would probably have to take into consideration it's possible. But would I just say, yeah, I'm going to do that? I don't know. I don't think so. But, that's why they're saying it's a matter of the heart, but that really this is a matter of boundaries, I think, for you. And do you have to? Depending on the legal stuff, it feels like I don't have to. But again, it's more heart-based than it is, I think. What are you picking up that it's anything else? Okay, well, you know what? Fraud. Okay, well, and the energy of that, anything is possible. That's all I can say on that, right?
Yeah.
And the energy of that, trust yourself. Patterns don't change. Repeat, patterns don't change. When patterns appear like this, and you got to just look at someone's past patterning, right, Debbie? And you look back at their patterning and see, is that part of their energy? Could fraud be a part of their energy? Get their lesson like, I don't need to be doing that fraudulent crap, right? Then, sometimes that stuff catches up with you for lessons, right? So,
yep. And he definitely is hoping that you're going to jump on board with him. But with the Three of Pentacles in reverse there, he's fearful that you're not going to jump on board with him. Like you're not going to be part of the team to help him out. So there is some fear there for him because he's hoping, but he feels like you won't.
And here's where the guides are saying, don't let your emotions drive the car.
Right.
Okay. So don't let your emotions drive the car. That's that black car, by the way, that I saw that got in an accident. That's emotions driving the car. So that's right. You getting hit in the fender, right? So I got a little bit of a dent, and now I need to kind of take a look. The dent is symbolic of, it's shadow side.
Yeah.
So dark card is the shadow side, going to bring up some emotional stuff for you. Don't make an emotional decision on that. Make a logic. I know it's kind of hard to say that, but you see, if we get trapped in that thing, we're going to be the nice person or, liked or whatever it is. And if you do it, do not have expectations he's going to do something for you. That's all I can say.
And again, that too is coming out in this little spread that I did for you. He's not coming through for you. He's still his controlling, jealous self. And he's hoping that you can still step in for him, even though he still sits in this energy. So just be careful.
Remember patterns.
Patterns.
And changing. And word salad. So, okay. Does she want an aura healing?
Would you like
on her throat if that's possible, and her heart, because this is all connected.
Yeah. So
okay, there, honey, you're not going to ruin his life. Here's the thing: you're not responsible for his life. If he did commit fraud, why didn't he think about that? You cannot be responsible for other people's lessons, and you can't make this emotional. He ruined his own life. You have nothing to do with it.
Right.
All. Please, please, please. This is why I'm going to show you again. This is why these cards came up for you. It is not the nail on the coffin. He put his own nail there. Then don't do that shit. Sorry, I said the S word, but I'm just saying, don't do that stuff. I'm telling you.
That's right. That's amen.
And don't be scared. Here's the thing. I want you really kind of to think about this. Wonder if this lesson could be life-changing for him so he stops this behavior. And it gets him to turn around and go, you know what? I'm doing this stuff to myself and I'm making other people responsible for, he's got a mother issue, by the way. So the mother might have nannied him too much, but I'm just saying there's some connection with this thing. I don't feel a father energy around when he was little. So the mother might've stepped in there and done too much. So, but what I'm saying is you are not responsible for anyone's life except for you.
Amen. Amen.
Because honestly, it's going to get you in a sling. Yeah, you don't need to, sister. Please don't. Okay, can I work on your energy just a little bit? Because they just want to work on your heart a little bit to give you a little bit relief. I got to work on your throat chakra a little bit too.
Yes, absolutely. I was hearing, absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to start.
So Salome, she's going to start on the energy work. So get ready to take some deep breaths.
Yeah, and just notice what you notice in your throat chakra right now. So just notice what you notice in your throat chakra right now. How does it feel? Because when I add the color, I just want you to note how you feel. Again, when you take the session with me, I'm just going to ask you how you feel before we do it, because a lot of times people will notice a shift in their energy once the color is applied. So the angels want to start with you with this metallic purple, and we're just going to actually just put it right into your throat chakra there. Take a breath for me, pull that color right in. This is about speaking your truth. It's connected with your heart, by the way. So, you got a little heartstrings right there, still stuck on that. And I feel like the words, I got to do the right thing. I got to do the right thing. And this comes from people pleasing. So you will do the right thing. But maybe it's our right thing for them is not the right thing. Our right thing for us is not the right thing for them. Right? Sometimes people just need their own life lessons. And I don't care what you do, they're still going to get, if they don't get it from you, they're going to get it from somebody else. And it may not be the way they want it to. So and who knows, you know what, sometimes, I've noticed, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes when we step in the way, there's going to be a greater lesson coming down that pipeline. But if you had circumvented this lesson, they wouldn't have got that lesson. I want y'all to think about that, because guess what? You're stepping in the way of progress. That's not progress, because the dam's going to go around that dirt somehow and find its way. And it may not be a beautiful thing for them. So you think by protecting them or holding them or hiding them or doing some stuff for them when they're doing some shenanigans is not going to help them. Because sometimes this is the only way spirit can get a hold of their soul to say, okay, you know what? You're going to be playing around over there, and I'm going to help you see. This is their soul contract's already made. He already knew in his soul contract he was going to have this thing. And so, you know what? We are not going to, I hope you don't get in the way of progress, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help him. And we have to be more worried. We have to be more concerned about their soul progress instead of our ego, right? So we got the blue is going to heal in that color. Take a deep breath and pull that right into your throat. For all of you people that don't want to speak your truth or you're afraid to get punished, please pull in this blue right here. Archangel Michael loves you and he will not harm you. Archangel Raphael is doing the green here, right over here. A lot of you people, your heart is all coming out of your chest because I can feel it in my heart. That is fear. You're going to be in love or fear, and fear is honestly not going to work under any condition.
That's right. View it as,
yeah,
you're giving him a gift.
Absolutely. And if I had not been fearless, I wouldn't have got a kidney for my son. Sometimes you just got to push that fear and say, no, thank you, ma'am. Just move out of the way. And I'm not going to be fearful today. I'm just going to have a lot of red to push that courage out of you. So a little bit. I know you still have feelings for the person in the sense of it. I don't know how long you're married, but there's a 4 around it. But I don't know if there's a 4 around it. So I don't know how long you've been divorced or married, but there is definitely a 4 around it. But could be 4 years or something around there.
There's some solar plex action going on with her too, I feel.
Yeah, and I'm grounding it.
Okay,
so they're grounded out, because what's happening is she's running on the fuel of emotion.
Yeah.
See? And so that brown, everyone pull brown, and I'm going to do this little exercise with all of you. I know it's her reading, but I want to also do it with you. we're going to actually just pull some brown in to ground that. See, now everyone went, boom. Did everyone feel like a little shift in their energy where you just got grounded out in your emotion? Because when we're high, and here's the thing, when you're listening to someone else's emotion, you empaths are like, and if you're emotional empaths, you're right in the soup with her. Take a breath and pull some green and all grounded together. We don't want to work off of emotion. This is why you don't make emotional decisions, because it's going to be the wrong decision. I've done it, I've done it. I get it. But I'm telling you what, that was the wrong decision. So you don't want to make those decisions if at all you can possibly not do that. Okay. All right. Okay. Last color here. Oh, they're going to pick an olive green. I don't really like olive green that much, but it's an angel, so I'm going to love it today. So we're just going to put this angel right here. This angel wants to come through. Metatron's coming through. Take a deep breath for me. I'm going to actually pull all that. It's going to be a hard energy, honey. So take a deep breath right here. I don't know if you all felt that. That's Metatron's press, French press. So I have a French press that he uses. It clears the energy right out. You guys are all a little more grounded now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the power of Archangel Metatron. I've used his name before. He doesn't mind it. But if you have any fear, you just call on Archangel Metatron. He will come. The angels are always surrounding us. Our guides are there, but they want us to, kind of wake up and notice what's going on, right? Chicken soup for the soul stuff doesn't interfere with this. I'm telling you, you just got to be grounded in your energy and just take a few steps. All right, this is the very last color we're applying, and it's going to be Hyacinth Violet. This is another archangel. Actually, you know who this is right here? The Blessed Virgin Mary. She just stepped right into this energy right here. These are all her angels. So she's putting her color on you to bless you. And she said, you will make the right decision. She said, and he's going to come to his senses. So we leave it to them to help him come to the senses he needs to come to, whatever that means. Take a breath and just pull all that in. All right. So that's her energy. Face everything and rise. Exactly.
People are saying, wow, oh, I felt that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Spot on.
They're powerful. They want us to be happy, and they want us to, our soul is like their whole being for them, to help your soul evolve. And like, they can't live your life for you. No one can live your life for you. Guides and angels just can help you. You've got to make some choices, and sometimes they're not going to be, popular choices, right? We've all been there. But honestly, when your soul makes the right choice for you, it vibrates at a higher rate. Have you ever wished that you said something or did something and you didn't, and then you feel, That's because your soul was trying to help you say something and then you didn't. It's not a punishment, but they're just like trying to have you see the difference of when we stand in our power and we speak and we say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'd like to help you, but no. And you are concrete in that, you feel better. It might be like, oh, I feel a little kind of bad about that. But very honestly, no, you're just like, your soul's like, yeah, that's the right answer. And you feel good, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's how it goes, right?
Can you hold up the picture again?
Yes, absolutely. It's actually turned out really pretty.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It will turn out pretty, it's just, but remember, the vibrancy is the color of the angels. This is how they speak to us, because they need something tangible, right? Yeah. So the colors are tangible energy for them.
Mm-hmm.
And how does she feel? How does she feel overall?
Can you let us know how you're feeling now? And while we're waiting for her to respond, I did pull a couple surrender cards.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
And we have the one that came up was surrender unhealthy relationships.
Oh, of course.
Right? Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and surrounded by positive people. But again, it goes back to the main message: surrender those unhealthy relationships. Or, yeah.
Absolutely.
And then also we go into the surrender to prayer.
Yep.
Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and the answers and support will arrive. Okay, so she's, oops. I feel so much better. I can finally see you.
I'm going to just show everybody really quickly all the images, and none of them are alike. So this is very interesting. No souls, no soul healing is alike. And this is Lisa. Who was this one? This one was Karen. So she kind of had light colors. This was Karen.
Yeah, yeah.
PNGC69, he had the knee issue. This is Lisa. Let's see if we can see it back here. This is Ramirez. There's a ship. This is Ronald, the creator.
Yes.
It's a big future in him if he steps into that. This is Mars. Look how different her coat. This is Mars, 54.
Oh, yep.
Vibrational realist. This is the one I think we just did. Now look at Tasty Melon.
Wow.
It's different.
Very.
They're all different.
I love it.
But so are our souls. We're all unique. And this is the beauty of the soul. All right.
So I just want to give a big thank you guys, and we all, I know that our whole community is so thankful that you came on today and for this special event that you brought to this beautiful community. And so it's such a blessing to be able to bring you to this community that we've been together and growing together and learning and expanding, all of us here in this community. And so that for you to come in, Mary, and add such a beautiful gift to us with the blessings, that we all thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And I'll tell you, this has been the greatest joy and honor to read with you, because I knew you from before, and I've seen your course and your soul growth, and it brings me so much joy. What a privilege. What an honor. It's like a mother, right? I mean, I know, it's such an honor. And I've never read with a student before. So this is the first time that I've actually been with somebody in this thing. And I think that it was a beautiful, I'm so grateful to Spirit, I'm so grateful to Spirit that he or she brought us back together again in this realm. And thank you so much for all of you to stay with us today and to be a part of this and to receive the energy blessings. And remember, when other people are receiving blessings, you're not apart from it. You're also receiving the blessings in those lessons as well. So if some of you felt movement, if some of you felt like, oh, that reading kind of that spoke to me, but it wasn't my reading, those messages, even with Debbie's giving you in the cards, that's for you, because Spirit works through people. It cannot work really in another way. It can work through insects or animals, yes. But the most important lessons and the most important messages come from other human beings. So if we're open to the messages and we're open to opening and expanding our energy, then we receive messages all the time. So thank you all very, very much. It has been just an honor and a pleasure. Again, Debbie, thank you for inviting me to come here with your community. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And you should see the comments blasting right now. Just so amazing soul, such amazing soul, Mary. Thank you. I can't thank you both enough for tonight. My heart is full. Thank you, Debbie. I feel lucky to have found you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Debbie and Mary. I'm happy to have met you, Mary. This has been fabulous. Thank you, Debbie and Mary. Thank you. It was beautiful blessings tonight. Everybody's just so thankful. So please find Mary at her YouTube channel, subscribe and share. She's her main place that she really spends a lot of time is on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook quite a bit because of my group, but yeah, and so YouTube is actually, I was thinking about bringing this to YouTube with these healings and this aura drawing, and I think, I don't know, what does your community think? Is this something that they might be interested in?
They absolutely, I know for a fact they would, and and I wouldn't be surprised if you look at your channel after tonight.
Thank
It's
you.
be blasted with a lot more followers, so a lot more subscribers, because again, all the different modalities, we need that right now, especially as this shift happens and this change in our world. So, and Ronald says yes, and Mar says yes, and Lisa says we would love it, and Gma says absolutely, and Lucien's yes, many hugs. So so lots of yeses. So and Vicky says yes. So that's a yes. So we'd love to see more on YouTube.
Come on over there, because I'll be doing it over there. So
good. So keep building that YouTube, and guys, we will do more collabs. Maybe not lasting 3 hours, but hop on here and there.
Spirit has no time, and then we have no time with Spirit, right?
That's true. And so check that out. Make sure also I think you guys got all her information. And if not, just reach out to me and I'll pop it. I'll give it back on. And I usually have it in my my description anyways. I didn't have time to get my description on, so I'll put it on after. So all that, her information will be there as well. So thanks guys tonight. And I'll see you all in about 5 minutes, because we'll be doing the drawing in a second for that.
Congratulations to the winner.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, Debbie, for hitting that milestone. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks guys. So we'll see you all in a minute to do the drawing.
Okay.
Bye guys.